on it. So, yeah.
never was before. They play the dangerous game. All they wanna do is divide and take. I push a little knife inside your back, feeding us diseases for a snake. Break free, admit it. Let me see your face and dance on, let's spin it. But get off the carousel, 'cause the power games have come, but fear is running late. I bring flowers for their guns, we're never walking away. Just watch the tables turn with a simple twist of fate. Get off the carousel with love over hate. The power games have come, but fear is running late. I bring flowers for their guns, we're never walking away. Just watch the tables turn with a simple twist of fate. Get off the carousel with love over hate. Power games have come, fear is running late. Flowers for their guns, never walking away. Watch the tables turn with a simple twist of fate. Get off the carousel. Get off the carousel. Get off the carousel. I spent 5 long years living under your spell. Should I trust myself? I can no longer tell. Gave you my heart, but you stole my mind. I made a jigsaw in pieces that's so hard to find. Caught up in your life like a fly in the wind. Secrets full of me like pockets full of lead. Always seducing me, always deriding me. Need to get away so that I can breathe. I wish I could escape like in a barricade. I greatest friend, but still my enemy. Why am I still here? This gravity is holding me down. I will fight to the end. Your gravity won't tether me. I can't breathe without you. Breathe without you.
Good afternoon.
Good morning, good evening. You're listening to Clear Music, streaming from the southeast of England. How are you doing today? Gemma isn't a genius for figuring out the two dots, right? I couldn't get it to go into the title. So that's why I'm a little bit late because hold on, let me just get my volume down.
Hard to believe in
I went on another page and I'm like,
afraid to
look, I need to put this on as well. Dude, there's so much going on at once.
If you have nothing, then there's nothing to lose. You are naked. Put up your guard when there was nothing to prove. And now it's your time to shine.
How is this? Is that better? How is that?
It's your time to shine. Why are you hiding?
Actually, I don't really
What's holding you back to be yourself now? No
Still turn me up a bit.
one to fear, no one to let down.
Okay, how is that? Let's see.
Shed your skin and let the light
I see why people say that this needs some kind of booster. A lot of people get a booster signal for this because this is almost at top volume, this mic. I can turn it up here, but otherwise I'm going to start. If I start laughing, it's going to hurt everyone's ears, so I have to be careful and just make sure I'm talking. How is that? Is that okay? So our guest is coming in exactly an hour. Oh no! I broke it a bit. Ugh. Anyway, let's have a sip of coffee. I've got these are the things I've got to do. So I've just fixed a load of buttons on my loop deck. So now I've got this button, and I've also got a raid welcome button. There's so many things we've got to do, but as usual, we're running before we. Oh, I like that actually. Yeah, I do like that. We're running before we can walk. I haven't warmed up my voice, and it seems like I've had longer, but I don't even know really what I've been doing. But I have been doing stuff. Right, guys. We're getting ready, okay? Keep it rolling. I can't fucking draw this bit. I need my camera. I have not been procrastinating at all. How rude. How fucking rude. You take that back right now. Clean your lens for clearer pictures. Okay. Right. New song to go with reciprocate. How rude. I resemble that remark. usually, Joey, there's usually at least a flapjack. Okay, let's have a purse reveal. Let's see in truth how many lipsticks do I have in my purse, okay? One lip liner. One eyeliner. Emergency. This is my emergency eyeliner. A new pen from the Comedy Ladies. A clean... Is it clean? Clean tissue. 2 receipts of shit I bought for other people. Not really. It's true. Post office receipt for paying in my gig money. Another receipt for things I bought for other people. Somebody's a collage artist that I met the other day. Tiny bit of rubbish. Dragon. Okay, let's see how many have we got. Red lipstick. This is my favourite that I've nearly run out of. Red. A lip gloss. Emergency perfume. This is emergency makeup. Paw. You can just use this for everything, guys. So this is really great because it's actually just a balm. So if you're just like feeling a bit like, oh, you can just be like da 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 da, and you feel like freshened up. Okay, my babes. Okay. Another emergency perfume that's like, actually I barely ever use this, so I don't really think I should even have it in my purse, but it's kind of, I've had that for years as well. Another card wallet which is totally empty, that shouldn't even be in there. That was from the other day. Right, the rest of it's really messy, but we have plectrums, change, 3 more lipsticks, guys. So many lipsticks. See, who would have known that about me? Who would have known that? I come across so tomboyish, and yet I've got fucking millions of lipsticks in my life. And there's at least 2 plectrums, a load of change, and stuff that I really don't want to touch right now. And I swear to God, I only cleaned this out the other day. And there is a side pocket, but nobody's allowed to know what's in the side pocket, right, girls? You can't know what's inside the side pocket. That's the fucking secret thing. Okay, what did you think I was going to reveal? Everything. Everything. Come on. Sorry, see, am I hurting your ears now? Okay, let's get some of that excitement out. So there's 4, 5... lipsticks and 1 lip gloss and 1 everything. Don't touch my side pocket. Is that a lot? That is actually quite a lot. I mean, that was quite fun. I enjoyed doing that. Took my mind off things. Thanks, Joey, for that idea. And then my purse. Nothing in there. Did I put the lipstick on or just the liner? Right. I'm not nervous, guys. I'm not actually nervous, but I'm very moving forward. And what usually happens to me when I like get this kind of moving forward thing, as you know, is there's a kind of a rushing sense, a kind of like. And then I sort of collapse a bit, but that's not happening this time because I'm aware of those patterns, and like this time I'm just clocking that was a pattern, but it isn't this time. That this is actually just me, and I'm allowed to just be however I am, whoever I am, and that's okay. I don't have to freak out about anything. There's nothing to freak out about. So that's how I'm dealing with the anxiety. Did I fucking put the lipstick on already? No, I think I did. Okay, let's get a bit more. Because it's not smell-o-vision today, thank God. Is Chris Miley's here as well? Did you say? I was sent to the store to buy Abby tampons. I texted to ask if she wanted the lemon or the apple. As there was a yellow and a green box. Big action shite for it for years since. I actually love that. That's great. That's fucking great. Oh God, now I'm imagining scented tampons though, and that's not so great. Oh. Okay, let's stop talking about tampons now. Right. Why are we
I'll give
This is what we're like. Okay, guys, this is what we're like.
until it's dry.
The only people that are going to know that we're like this are anybody who happens to watch back over my streams. And at the moment, we're okay because people don't do that. But if this group of here, 7, 11 to 20 people that I have, do you think that when I've got maybe 200 people that are our family, that I'm going to change? Do you think that, guys? Or do you think we're still going to talk about tampons and stuff? What do you reckon? What do you think? Mental. I bet you're laughing, Lindsay. I bet you're laughing. I hope we still talk about tampons. Okay, hope, but do you think we will? Or do you think that when I've got 200 people in here, I might do my professional voice, my phone voice might come out, and then I don't talk to you guys about tampons and stuff anymore? Ah, I love that, Lindsay. And I've got the wizard dress on. Look, you know shit's gonna go down today. Woohoo! Oh, but anyway, listen, I'm not doing any recording today. I'll still bring them up. Okay, good. Chris has got our backs with the tampons. And, you know, if Joey's here, then we know. That's it. Gangster clear. If you know, you know. Listen. It was good putting this thing on Instagram. I even got a follow from like a... Listen. First of all, let me put on some of Ness's music before she gets here because I've not done homework or anything like that. This is like... my style of doing things. If anyone knows me, they know that. Actually, I'm not even going to do that because I've listened to one little snippet when we met, when she raided in, I think, didn't she? And after that, I listened to one little bit. But we've had a conversation and we've hit it off straight away. So we're sort of saving the conversation and everything for the meeting. So it's like I could do homework and sit and listen, or I could just listen to it fresh and experience it with you guys. And I actually am really into that idea. I know that you should do some preparation, of course, but I'm just like, this energy, this spontaneous energy is not to be afraid of either, because sometimes you can plan the shit out of everything and you never do anything. Whereas if you just have like some kind of like loose ideas, sometimes you can just fucking go for it, do you know what I mean? Today is the first interview, right? It's just happening straight away. We're just fucking hitting the ground running, we're going for it. I haven't done this is both Lindsay and Emma have helped create this blah 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 command here. So this is who we're having in, Ness, Nost, and she's going to be here in about 40 minutes. It's the morning for her. She's in Canada, so it's the morning time. But luckily she's a morning person, because I was like, there's no way I could do it at that time. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm like. There's no way. The morning's like, nah. So, did you see that the song that we really love by Becky Hill has won a Brit? Actually, I don't even know what Brit it's won. I'm so bad. I don't actually know. Was it on TV? I want to watch that. So I haven't even warmed up my voice or anything, and I'm gonna leave it to you guys later when we go to decide like what songs I'm gonna play, because we're gonna play some songs to each other. I suppose I'm just hearing tiny sounds. I'm not sure what they are. It's nothing. There's no sound. I'm just like sensitive or something. I don't know. And I'm cold as well. And I think it is gonna rain. And it's maybe just the oven that I can hear or something. I don't know. But my brain is going quite fast, so I haven't warmed up. I need to get this piece of paper where I have actually planned a little bit of like I can have this to kind of I've got a few questions written down, but they're kind of like, oh.
Let's take a walk somewhere in this mystic night. Our demons can't find.
Can you hear the music at all now?
Inhale the smoke when we get high. I'll lend you my Buddhism. We can fall in
You can still hear the music.
Let's
Wait a second.
back in the darkest light, so you can always find the love. Don't turn your back to change the world. We can't do it with an iron glow. Be yourself, to yourself, but to live again, to be true to you. We are chasing demons.
And can you tell me now? I'm gonna press mute on my voice a minute. And can you tell me if you can still hear the music? So you can still hear the music. Okay. Let me just turn this up a bit more. And what about now? Is that a better volume for the microphone? So if I'm not like right up to it, you can still hear it, and then I just have to remember if I laugh super loud to get away from it. How's that? Is it better? Oh, good. Thank you for helping me get that right. So I need to warm up a little bit. Let's put that so it's facing the right way. I'm so far over. I haven't even plugged in my guitar. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm struggling to get a good volume out of this because it's not too hot, but it's like if even there, I'm not getting hitting red or anything like this. Okay, this is not even hitting red on the M track, and it's not even hitting anywhere really on the mixer, and the instrument level on the 505 is about half. Let me check it with my loop a minute. So is the track still too loud? I haven't touched that volume yet, because to me it's not, and that's weird. Turn the track down a bit. That's at quarter. How's that? Is that better? This is not the fader. This is the volume on Spotify itself. Okay, I'll turn it up a tiny bit. Hey Kate, how's that? Up more? How's that? How's that for you guys? Is that better? Okay, I can see where that is as well. Alright then. So it's coming out of the M Track 8 and the desktop audio. So I've just muted the desktop audio. But I'm just wondering if okay. Now I'm just wondering if I play YouTube though, it might not work. But anyway. So when we put Ness's music on later on Spotify, I'll probably need it to be a little bit louder than that. So maybe we could test that volume now as well, if that's all right with you guys. So let's pretend that we're listening to something. This is the top volume now. Tell me if that's too loud, for example.
Sometimes you don't get a second chance. Under a water cascade, trying to wash away the past. Be careful what you wish for.
Okay, that was full volume. I'd say this is like 60%. I'm sorry, guys. To me, it's not too loud when I turn it up either. So I should maybe turn my headphones up. Okay, so is this the good volume now? If we were listening to something and not talking, is this good to listen to Ness's music? Hi, Adam. Okay, good. All right, great. So we're gonna go up to halfway through yellow, and then before that okay, let me turn it down. So that's where I'm going down to, about there I think it was, just under halfway. Right, let's do some warming up anyway, just get going, because we've got 40 minutes until interview. So I'm just going to do a little bit of singing and warming up. I'm not going to do any recording today, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to rewire the way that we're doing this again. So I might, hopefully we're going to get this done on Wednesday or even tonight. So I should be keeping to my schedule anyway. But if not, I'll take tomorrow off and do it, so that we've just got the whole day to do it. Stream on Thursday, and then take a day off Friday. Let's see what the volume's like on this. How's the volume for that? Ooh, that's hot. Sorry about that. How's it going? Priyanshify, how's it going? Right, I'm just gonna stop that a sec now and just see where I don't actually think I need to turn my voice down. I think my voice needs to stay about there. Let's check. And the output there, headphones, whack them up. And then I've got so many more volumes to deal with now. Okay.
If you feel your colors fade, caught in the deep end of trouble swimming to the gray. If you feel like you're drowning, you got the bends. Reach out for me, yeah. I'll be your friend when you need someone to lean on. I'll be here. You need, yeah, yeah. Someone to lean. I'll be someone to lean on.
Bear with me a sec.
I looked high and low, lost a footing on the stepping stones. I play hide and seek with love and you'll never find it. If everywhere you turn it's always ashes, never burning. Keep wondering if you'll ever get lit. You need, yeah, someone to lean on. Someone to lean on. When you need, yeah, someone I'll be.
Sounds okay?
Someone to lean on.
Does it sound okay? That? Any distortion?
Someone to lean on.
How's that volume?
Someone to lean on. 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 Someone to lean on.
Hey Lulu!
Held the love that's hard to hold. Boogie through my fingers like it's liquid gold, so I stay high like paradise while the rolling seas pretend to bear the love that knocks you off your feet when you need, yeah. Your name. Someone to lean on. Someone to lean on. You need someone to lean on. I'll be
another track and see if it goes super loud. How's the volume? It's okay?
The fire into my bones. Let me know that I'm not alone. I need a revival. This world, 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 this world.
I feel like... No, Joey! I've got a load more volumes back in my system. Come on. I'm actually feeling happy because when I switch them, they're not loads different in volume. Joey! That's because something in there is too loud and I need to figure out what it is because it's you and I knew it was. So let me just turn that drum down. And let me just jump back to that one and see if it ain't too loud. Let's jump back to that one. I'm learning things. Right, let's check the next section. My voice still okay, volume-wise? Or is it too quiet? I can't wait for this one to sound like more connected. Oh, cheers, Joey. would say the drums are a touch too loud. Jump into that one. Just a touch. So they're not actually too loud. But I'm going to turn them down a little bit to there. And just, I want to do that jump again, but it doesn't really matter because you can jump from it.
When hope is gone, it's all you need. For hate to grow only takes one seed.
Know why I'm doing this. So the drums are too quiet on this one, and you can never tell because like the drums are a completely much louder volume than the other ones. Ooh, and yet they're only just starting to sound loud enough. Let's try them there. Let's chuck them back in. Now they're too loud, so that's all I can hear. Okay, let's put them down again.
Make my day, 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 make my day. Make my day, make my day, make my day.
Let's chuck it in again and see how it sounds.
Make my day, make my day, make my day.
What is this one? But question, shall I put the percussion in the center? Let me put it in the center. Right, let's try that one last time.
Make my day, make my day, make my day.
Yeah, that's good. All right. So we definitely saved that, and now we're gonna just jump to the next one. Just check it. I'm just checking them all. Oh, see, that's way too loud, ain't it? Oh, for God's sake.
For me, save your love. Only for me, save your love. Only for me, save your love.
This is that.
Only for me, only for me, save your love. Only.
Oh, it's such a mess, that one, but we'll forgive it for now. Okay, I think that's better than it was. Dude, I don't look like anything like 7 or 9. Stop making me try and snort. let's jump to the other one and see if it's all right. Is that Steve forwarding? How's it going, Steve? All right, it's a little louder, but I don't mind. Oh no, that's definitely too loud. Something's... Anyway, I can't wait to redo that one. It just sounds a bit messy to me, that. I like the energy of it, but it's a bit messy. And then, okay. There's still not much signal coming out the M track though, anyway. That's better volume. I like this. I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna jump back to that one again and fix it. It's just crashing in, you know. Don't like it. Let's take off some of everything, just fractionally, wherever we're at. And try it again. Ugh, still not too much. Let's take two things out. Not quite as bad, but it's still probably this here. And where is that? Let's move that out a bit as well. Let's turn the bass down a little bit. Turn the drums down a bit more. Okay, let's just save that like that a second and see how it all comes in again. See if it crashes. Okay, that sounds better. Let's put the other two things. Yay! Oh, this is maybe not far over enough. Maybe we need to move this further out. That doesn't seem to make any difference to it at all. Weird. I'm literally panning that and it's not moving. Or is that because... Why can I not hear... The pan of that? Wait a minute, guys, I've got to concentrate. We've got someone coming in a minute. That sounds better anyway, right? We have our guest coming today. Who's at the door? Somebody's knocking at the door. Wait a second. In case they're messaging me and I'm not getting notifications as well, I should go and do something. I'm pretty sure I should go and do something right now. I need to do this stream together. I need to do this. We tested it last night. I need to open a message. And then I need to open that stream together thing. Oh, I'm on thingy. Only supports Chrome. Come back to Chrome. Just close whatever this one is that I'm on. I don't need anything here. Close that. Come back to Chrome. And then go back to Twitch dashboard. And then open the message. Open stream together. I'm so glad that they put this. Oh, I need to change my camera. Turn camera. Wait, how do you select which camera? Cam link. It's not showing the right camera. I don't know why. I'm not sure why it won't select my camera. This is the problem I was having with it. Can't select it. You may need to set up. You may need to use a virtual camera. Oh Lord, I can't be dealing with all that. I have got a OBS virtual camera. Let's click that. See if anything happens. I can't be doing with that. I'll just have to use my user facing, which means all I have to do is go like that, and you can see a couple of things in my house, but I'm sure it's fine, except for if children come home, in which case we might need to put another screen up, Dragon, because I've got to use this camera here, and I have personal stuff back there. So I don't know if you can help me in a minute, please. Okay, microphone, speaker, blah blah blah, send invites. Send invite, and then go get my browser source again. Whoa, what is this? Ooh, you can move the guests around and all this other stuff. How cool. Moderator nameplates. Ooh.
Camera's all fucked up colours again.
Oh, this is something to do with... Yeah, this is what it did yesterday.
When
From
you clicked onto this,
yeah,
it's doing,
it's messing up the camera. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just... I don't know why it's doing this, but it's obviously something to do with... Anyway, I've got this one set up. So what I'm going to do is... I'm just going to add another camera source. Which will be, oops, sorry guys, user facing, and then where's the other screen? Oh, you've got it upstairs. That might work. Look, I've got it on this page here. I can show you.
so you don't get an reflection first.
That's what it looks like. No, try it the other way. Let me see.
Yeah, I will. I've got my plot of that now.
Da 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 da. Maybe it's because it's being used as a different source or something. I don't know. I can't actually... the problem is I can't actually check this until we go live, as far as I can tell. So we'll just have to see what happens. I think that looks good, don't it? I can't really tell what you can see in there. Just the lights and stuff. It looks kind of cool. Let's get some background music on. Now we can put on Ness's music. Let's put some Ness. Let's listen to something older so she can play her new stuff when she comes in. Let's go back and listen to the first one. See, I can't hear that. But I can now, but I have to turn that up a little bit. guys, what am I going to do? Yes, we're going to have a guest, but look at what my camera's going to do. It's messing me around. This is something to do with the Twitch thing. Last time I had to completely restart my computer to fix this though, but I didn't realise it was the actual Twitch thing that caused it. Right, let me just quickly see if I can fix this while we're live. She's got a lovely voice, hasn't she? Right, okay. So this is my computer camera. This is like a different camera. So we're going to revert to this one instead, because look what happens to that one. I just switched that off and I might not be able to switch back to it this stream. This is some kind of Twitch glitch. Twitchy bitchy twitchy glitchy. We've put a little mirror there. It looks quite nice. Looks quite nice. So hopefully, ain't that a Twitch? So hopefully this will work. Okay, let's go back over here and see if she's come in. Pretty cold in here, guys. Hey!
Hi!
Yay! I was just about to check my phone and see if you've messaged. It's working. Hopefully mine is working too.
Okay, I don't see you yet.
Let me just turn my camera on and see if it works. I've had to switch to my it's weird. Okay, let me see. Why won't it let me switch my camera on this? Why won't it let me do it?
No.
But the thing is, right, it's definitely a Twitch glitch. It's like broken. My other camera, you know, I said it made it go like grayed out or something. It done that again when I just switched this on my stream. So, and last time I had to restart my whole computer. But anyway, I've got my other camera working. So what I'm gonna do is just chuck her straight in, and
okay.
But the thing is, as well, I've already copied the browser source.
Oh, right. I have to do that.
Browser source. Share your stream together. But adding a browser source to your preferred stream. Right, I did that. So it should just be like...
Are you on break right now with your stream?
No, I'm not. And guys, you can't... Can you hear... You can't hear Ness, can you, guys? No, because I've just been trying to fix this camera thing for the last sort of 5-10 minutes. When I realised that it's doing that. We can hear. Okay, so we can all hear you already, Ness. Sorry, because I'm so professional. But I thought that this bit here, it would just leave us backstage and not play us. So I've got a lot to learn. Copy group browser source. Okay, let me go over here. Can you hear your music?
Can I hear my music?
Yeah, can you hear it playing or not?
No.
That's not cool. That means you can't hear my... I'm not sure why. I really hope this doesn't all just not work. Right, let me try again. And especially because you can't even see me. But if you look on the on Twitch itself, you'll see that I'm sitting here with my camera on.
Oh, right.
And a space for you, but
Well, you did figure it out yesterday by the end of the...
yeah, I did figure it out, but it's just when I'm like copying what is the group URL, it's not let me put control audio via OBS. That's okay. It's like not showing up. So this is what I don't understand. You've got this, Auntie. Oh, thanks so much. That's my chat. Which you let me come back to backstage. I might have to go and message TN. TN will know how to do this. Camera settings. Okay. Tip on Windows and can't select your webcam. Webcams can only be used by one program at a time. Learn how to duplicate the camera being used by your streaming software into stream together via virtual camera. Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm not doing all that right now though. So what I'm going to try and do is switch off this source that I've made. So for a minute, guys, you won't see me on stream. This hopefully will work. If I just switch that off so it's not using it, I wonder if it will then allow me to select it. Done. Switch on. Come on. I keep pressing the button and it's just not allowing it. I might just have to have... The thing is, it's not showing you either. So it might just be like a podcast situation where we can't actually be seen. And I don't know if you...
That's no good.
I know. I don't know if you're managing to, like... Oh, wait. Let me press... If I can press this button... Let me just press this. I've done that. Add browser sources. Everyone sets up their own browser sources in their streaming software.
Maybe because it says the stream has not gone live yet, but the host and other guests can see and hear you. Maybe once you go live. I don't know.
But I don't really get what it wants me to do because we're there.
Right. I want to see, says Brutal Sky.
I mean, I wonder if the...
Hi, Sick Shot. I can... Section yet.
Pardon?
I'm sure we'll figure it out, everybody.
What 3 dots? No, this just is like copy your camera slot link. Okay, well let me try that in case it's like... But it won't let me switch it on, watch. Try and turn it on and it won't allow me to. So it wants me to like set up a whole virtual camera, which I've half set up before, like these two. OBS virtual camera, new tech NDI video, blah blah blah, but it won't let me use that one. And if I try and just choose, I mean, wonder if it will choose this one. Let's try that camera. Yeah, but I can just then move it if it will at least switch on, but it's not letting me switch any of them on. Sorry, Ness.
All good.
Symphonies, yeah. Human nature, it's a danger, but it's supernatural looking.
See, it's not like saying or what, it's not staying on whatever I select either, is it? But it's not because that's like only half set up. Do you see what I mean? Oh look, it's doing something, but how do I... Well, add that as...
Still mean the most to me. Veja só, olha só, que lindo. Veja só, olha só, que bonito.
Would you call it a video capture device, or is it a browser though? I don't actually know what you would add that as. That's what I mean. I'm not ready to kind of do that.
I copied the link into my OBS and I can see what's on your screen right now in my OBS, if that...
Your face speaks magnitude of poetry. Your lips speak words it
Well, this is... The reason why it won't let me choose the other cameras is because OBS is using them. So that's why this streaming together wants you to use a virtual camera. But I'm not ready for that because I thought I could just use my camera. I'm just finding this out as I'm using it. But it's like it won't let me even select the HD user facing because I just set it up as a source. Do you see what I mean? So now I've turned that off. It should let me choose that, but it's still not.
Do you want to try restarting like the computer or something, maybe?
Don't make me your love. Don't make me your breath.
And then just bang the little box there.
Yeah, I feel like I should be able to just move this into the stream, but the problem I've got right now is how do you actually just like make it go live? See what I mean? Because we're there. I mean, I've said we want to stream together. It opens up this window only, and there's a button that says end stream together. So we are streaming together because we can be heard by the stream. But when I copy the browser source, it's not showing up. Her browser source is working in her stream, but mine is not. And so I was wondering whether to just do a screen share. Let me just go set up my browser source again. Show guests on stream with browser source. Add browser source. Group capture displays all guests who are pushed live automatically. Individual for... I don't want that one. I'm just using this one. Set up browser source. Copy the group. Copy this. And then let me just go back over and copy it again. So we know that I'm actually doing what it just said, right? You're watching me do it. Add browser source, guest, star, new. Okay. And then I copy my browser source that I just got. Okay. And nothing happens. You see?
The right area.
So there's the bounding box, but there's here. Yeah. So I don't really know. It's like I can't. I don't really know what it wants.
What browser source is that, yours or the stream together?
That's the browser source of the stream together.
Just pull it up as a browser source on your main window.
That's more technical because you have to go into this browser source settings and then you have to choose these individual ones, manually choose them.
I'm sorry, babe.
But there's, I don't think that's how we do it.
It's always me.
Stream it from. You should just be able to pick that up as a browser source.
Well, honey, why
I don't know how to do that.
did it get so
I thought that this was like really simple. This makes me feel like I should just go onto Zoom, call on Zoom, and then add that as a like source. Should we just try that?
Where you said sources, add browser source.
Honey, why did we let it get so
What, her stream?
Whatever she's put into that to make it go on to stream together.
That was a code that I generated on Stream Together.
Okay.
It's within its whole self, so if you're not using that, you can't, okay? And that's right. So let's rethink out the box. This is why I don't do these things, because every time you do it, they're just so like complicated, aren't they? You've joined this session from someone else. Would you like to continue from this window?
I feel like it shouldn't be this
Same.
weird. Like, maybe it's just... Should we just restart, like... Should we just shut down and restart?
We can try that, but the problem is that it's having this weird thing about the camera. And it would mean that
Are you sure you don't have too many sources, video captures on at once, that maybe it's not
I think
detecting?
it is partly that. Like, I think that's it. So, but it means that I'd have to kind of go through all my scenes, of which there's quite a few, and do that live, which, you know, we don't want to do we? Do you see what I mean? But if I show you my stream now, look, I can show you my main camera if you can see my stream. This is what it's done to my camera.
Ah. Oh, okay.
So that's what it's
Well,
done.
I can see you now at least.
Yeah, you can see me. Hi. But it's like, this is how it's fucked up my camera, and this is not, it's not me. It's like the fucking Stream Together thing. So, and I can't, I tried this yesterday when it happened to us, and I did like, you know, reloading it, and nothing worked except for shutting down and starting again, like you're saying.
Yeah.
The background pictures. It's not to do with that. This is like, plus it's made it bigger. It's like, you know, where's all my other stuff that's usually there, see? But it's like, it's messed with that source. So if we go back to guest star, there's nothing showing.
Do we have any tech savvy people in the chat?
I don't think so, because unfortunately I'm the most tech savvy person sitting here now. I can't do it. So if I could show you my screen of what I'm trying. It keeps flicking from this camera. If I try and choose user facing, it won't allow it. You see what I'm trying to say as you're looking at that?
I think we should do a restart and see what happens. Because yesterday didn't you
I never got my
you did
camera
something
working, did I? And then after I spoke to you, I made it so that I got the HD, the front facing camera working, but now it just won't let me select it. So we can restart. We can end the stream if you want, guys. And
yeah, let's restart.
But what I might do is, I can't do a Discord call, Linz, but that is a good idea. But I could set up a Zoom call and stream that. But it will probably take me about 20 minutes to figure it out. And I can do a clean scene, but this is a clean scene that I've built. Let's take 20 minutes then, because nobody wants to watch me struggling around and trying to make this work when it's not. Let's come back in 20 minutes. I'll stay on the messages on. Do you have Discord, Ness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find you on there, and that'll be easier to message. Okay. All right, I'll talk to you again in a minute.
Okay, we'll be back, guys.
All right, see you in a minute. Guys, I will end the stream. Let me come back to my window. You enjoying it, Joey? You enjoying it? I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Yeah, the problem is, Chris, is that the app that has it locked in use is OBS itself, which is what we've OBS is what you're streaming through, right? And you use Twitch, you have a key that links OBS and Twitch. Then you're using Stream Together and you're adding that as a source within OBS, right? But when I'm adding it, like you said, you can see the bounding box, but the screen is not showing up. So it's tricky. And it's specific to this very thing. Yeah, we're going to be back in about 20 minutes or so. Let me just make sure I've got a couple of other options. These things are always like this for me when I'm trying to do collaboration things, which is another reason why I don't do them that much, because every time is like different, you know, and it's all depending on your see, this is not even coming on. Oh yeah, because you've turned it off. But I don't even think, let's see if it's fixed when you bring it back on. See? And last time it didn't fix until I switched off my computer. Let's see if it fixes if I shut Chrome. So, and even if you go like this, properties, and you deactivate and activate. Has that fixed it? Right, that fixes it. So that's fixed, right? But what we want is not to use that, because it seems like, before I end the stream, let me just go back and let me just quickly read Stream Together, camera issues.
What about using guest
That is the same thing, stream together.
Is it?
That's what they call it, guest star and stream together.
Okay.
Stream together. Okay, let's put guest star, camera, issues. It's a beta thing, you know what I mean? It's still a work in process. An earlier version of this product was named guest star. Okay, so they've changed it to stream together rather than guest star. Okay, so I didn't know that part. You need to stream from a desktop computer. Your Twitch account must be phone verified. You'll need your streaming software, OBS, which you'll manage in Chrome. I'm doing all of that. Okay. Open stream together and configure your webcam and microphone. Step 1.
That was just rolling down a bit. The whole thing is as you go, yeah.
In OBS, select start virtual camera. Let's just try this while we're here.
Do the virtual camera shit.
In OBS, start virtual camera. I can't remember where it is. Let me see. Or maybe I kicked it off of here. Huh?
Edit.
I feel like it's not there because it should be here. Let's look in settings. Ella the bunny mum is on. I do want to see those bunnies. Because it was showing up as if they're, but like you said, where there's different versions of it, and I've got different. I think if you're not using,
Did you have it working before?
no, my camera didn't work, but it worked with.
When you were testing?
No, my camera did not work, and I had to do all that restart and everything because it made it go grey. So then I realised that I could use it with my front-facing camera as we were talking last night and testing it. But then, even so, I'm not able to, even without the camera issue, I'm not able to add her to my stream. So you can hear her, but visually you can't. How do you add the stream together to the actual stream? It's supposed to be with the browser source. You copy the browser source, you paste it in. I've done a new one. I've done all the things that you're supposed to do, and it's not loading it up, even though I'm correctly copying it. So I'm pretty sure it's not me because I've
At the point where you had her there, couldn't you just window capture
well, that's what I was saying.
that other bit and then just...
That's what I was saying. You could there's a way you could go around it, like, yeah.
It might have a sync issue, that's all.
I don't know, but it just seems a little bit kind of shit. Sorry guys about this. Stream together is in beta. Troubleshooting tips. But luckily the audio is working. But again, it shouldn't really play her before I've added it. There's not that much information. Right, let me look on my computer and see if I've still got Zoom. Reboot. I actually honestly think it's a stream together thing. Even though I've used it with other people, it's not working for me. I feel like it could be me, but it's not working. And I don't feel like me rebooting, honestly, is going to fix it. And that frustrates me. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got Zoom. Let me just look at my computer for Zoom. Just in case we need to. I've used Zoom a lot. And plus, like you said, it's...
What about the virtual camera bit about OBS?
Well, it's not there, is it?
Well then, get it if you took it away.
I don't remember how to get it.
Just,
See what I mean? How do I even begin that? It's like I have to go here. It's a whole fucking, like...
just put OBS virtual camera plug in and see if it comes up.
I thought that this would just be real simple.
You might just be able to download it.
Okay, I've got Zoom. Well, I'm just going to download this virtual cam then and see if that helps as well. I can't even play music. It's really frustrating sometimes when you make steps forward, and then you like, it's like this 2 steps forward, 1 step back thing, because I've made all these like steps forward recently, but in that loads of things have broken. So I am gonna, I think, take a day off tomorrow and try and clean up everything. We've got to clean it all up because this shouldn't be happening. Right.
You got it. That'll work it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to actually. But I've said this bit already. And then nothing. Oh, here we go. Last time it didn't do anything. See, it already exists.
Copy over it.
Register 4 virtual. Install plugin and register 4 virtual cameras or 1 virtual camera. So I just could say 1 right now.
Why is it saying 4?
I have no idea. They've got the option.
Is that because you've got the 4
Yeah, I'm just going to say 1.
versions of OBS installed?
Oh! Don't call me out.
Just go for it. See what it does.
Okay. Let's see.
And now follow the steps as if you had that
Did
virtual camera.
installing OBS succeeded. Ooh. Succeeded. Finish.
Now try
Okay.
and do those steps again it was telling you before.
Well, first of all, thanks, Ness. I'll just see if I can fix this bit. Let's see if it's gone in there. Because before it used to be like up here, didn't it?
I don't know where the hell it is.
Let's see if I can see it as a source even. I'm pretty sure it used to sit up there. Right, I'm loath to want to go back to that fucking guest star, but I'm going to. Here we go. So we go like this. See if I can get my side working first. Would be good.
To set up the virtual camera stuff.
Yeah, so
OBS virtual camera.
let's go with that. And then let's see what it's done.
Where did you click that made it tell it to do that?
There we go.
Okay, so you got that bit working.
But what does this mean?
Don't worry, you just need to put something in that bit where
Oh,
OBS
that's
is
to
right
do
now.
with the if you want to move everybody around. Okay, but
So
then
see the bit with your OBS wheel? That is showing that OBS is connected through to that. So you need to just give it something in the format it wants to show it there somehow. And that's either a scene thing
Yeah,
or
let's-
whatever.
let's search that.
Follow their shit. They were telling you how to do it.
Yeah,
Whatever you were watching.
we're here. This bit's not. This is all just about the audio.
Where's the one you had that said setting up?
That's what I'm looking for.
Get a little bit of a
Alright, open Stream Together and configure your webcam and microphone.
yeah, just scroll down. Don't bother clicking that because this is the page. Go to the bit where it's telling you about the virtual camera.
Look for the camera and microphone icons at the bottom of the session and use them to configure your own video and audio settings, which is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
For Windows users, OBS quick setup. If the product worked with them, make sure OBS is open. In OBS, select Start Virtual Camera. Oh, I remember where it is. It's over here. Yeah. Okay.
Now go back to the other screen.
Let's go back and see if that's worked.
You need to be in OBS then.
No, I need to be here.
That's where the camera.
I saw a camera as well. Ooh, that's exciting. Okay, now let me.
Send her the invite thing.
But if I invite Ness and then it doesn't work again, I know the camera's there, but
That's gonna work now.
yeah, but this if I send it over now before,
No, do it.
huh?
Just follow the instructions. Now you've got that virtual camera on.
Okay, let's go back to the instructions. Yeah. Okay, start virtual camera. Done that. Step 2, connect the Stream Together feed to your streaming software as a browsing source. Copy the group automatic layout link. This is what I did. Go to your streaming software and select the scene you want to use for Stream Together. I did that. Create a new browser source link and paste link. I did that.
Do it again.
All guests in the stream captured in one browser source. This will feel similar to traditional conferencing. Manage guest feeds through individual blah blah blah. That's advanced. Don't need that. And then click and then invite the guest. So let me.
Go through that step 2 again and make sure you've got it all correct. Even if you did it already, just do it again because you've now got the virtual camera working. Yeah?
Okay, let me just go and see then. It was.
Just do that shit again.
So we're there. We're gonna go there.
I don't know, wherever it said to get that group thing. So read it.
Guest star settings, browser sources. I mean, that's chat, that's manage, that's mic, that's share your screen. I mean, why have they got that there?
What's that group, that left thing that it just said there?
Copy group.
That's what you need.
Yeah, this is what I used before.
Now copy that shit wherever they told you to.
Well, let's just do it straight in here. Forget doing anything else. Source. Add. Browser. Okay. Paste. Okay.
Yes, that's good. Now carry on with the instructions.
Something's there, but nothing's there.
Carry on with the instructions.
Okay, let's go back to the instructions. Back to the instructions. Paste the link. That's it. That's all it said to do.
Yeah, now carry on.
The audio's working. Follow these simple steps. Click the invite button, search for the Twitch channel, and invite them. Okay.
Do that bit.
So I did that.
Do it again.
Wait a second. Once you've added your guests, you'll be able to see and hear them in the backstage area. And everyone will be able to hear them. If everything seems right, the next step is to send the feed to your streaming software. This is the bit. To push the guest feed to your broadcasting software, follow these steps. Hover your cursor over the slot where the guest is located. Click the show on streams toggle. This information is great. Why don't they just put this with the page? Hover your cursor over the slot where the guest is located. Click the show on stream toggle that appears. If a dialogue modal asks you to confirm the action, click yes. All right. That's all we can do. We can just try it now. So let me go back to see if I can get Ness. Invite guests. Send invite. Okay. All right, Ness. I don't know if you're listening, but try and see if it will let you go back in there. Yay.
Hello.
Yes, and I can hear you as well.
Right,
Oh,
Okay, right. Let's see.
you can see me?
I can see you,
make that a bit bigger so you can see what's on the right of the screen.
Oh,
but right, showing
but
guests when enabled this shows guests in your blah blah blah. What? Wait, let me read this properly. When enabled, this shows guests in your browser sources and their information is shown on your channel page and in Discovery. Turn the toggle off to disable these experiences. Okay. Show on stream. I'm going to click the button. It's got more options this time that it didn't have. I'm so excited.
okay.
Virtual camera.
Show on stream. Ready to guest video, blah, blah, blah. Please make sure you've copied and added. Yes, push guest.
Dip.
Did anything happen?
Yeah, you can see it on the screen.
Hey,
Sorry.
did we do it? Yay.
Okay, now I can just tidy up this screen a little bit and then we're good.
Uh,
Right, because I did build like another screen, but
You can simply go and add it into that other screen now.
no, I'm not gonna because I feel like I've got audio issues over there or whatever. So when I'm clicking my own one, where am I? This one still?
da, da, da.
Okay. So now we can go next to each other like this, and your name is there and everything, so that's cool.
Oh my.
Right, we're there, Ness. We are there.
Yeah, I'm
So-
so glad.
I'm gonna come back over to the
Woo.
Check all the steps.
yeah, because we've done the other
Was there
steps.
anything else it said?
Uh,
Make sure it was all like
Ba,
fine.
ba.
no, it all seems fine. The volume's all fine.
Like, this
Fine.
bit didn't need to be ending up clicked on and stuff.
Include camera in group output.
'Cause
I
that
don't-
would put you on your camera in a smaller
Hmm.
box, I think, next to it. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
I'm not
those
gonna
steps
press it
that
now.
You read through, there was just one more, I think. Just make sure you.
Well, we're good now, so why don't we just leave it like that?
Wait, good. We just read that one more step.
Okay, I've got to read the last step, guys, because my teacher said.
Just check in case it's.
I know you're right. What step? I've read it.
No, just check the last bit and make sure you've done.
Push your guest to the streaming software. I just did
What
that.
else does it say? Anything else in there?
No,
Is that it?
that's it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what about them being in backstage? Is this backstage? Or
No,
what's
this
up,
is the
bro?
stream now.
Cool.
It's all done. Thank you
All
for your
working.
help. Yes,
Wicked.
thank you. I do need to wee. How did you know that, Joey? Oh my God. But I'll hold it. Right, let's get started. I'm going to hold it for 5 minutes.
Can you see everyone?
Don't mess with it now. Just leave it. Leave it there. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to this first stream that we're going to do. Hopefully 4 of these this month for International Women's Day, celebrating women in music and meeting other singer-songwriters literally from around the world, which is so exciting. I'm so excited to have this TV channel where we can just do whatever we want. Obviously, there's tech stuff that's, but we've got it. We've got past it. And here we have the most fabulous Ness Nost, who has joined us today from Canada, right? From Canada.
Yes.
So cool.
Woohoo! Thank you for having me.
It's
Yay.
absolute pleasure. I think we met the other day. I think you raided in, didn't you? And then I was just started going blah, blah, blah to you.
Yeah. No, I'm super new to Twitch. Oh wow, I'm super new to Twitch, and after every stream, I ask people where should I go next, and so the community is awesome and just gives me the names of mostly other female creators on music Twitch.
Right.
And you were one of them, and I just immediately was like, the vibe is right here. I like this.
Sweet. And it's weird because even though I couldn't see you or anything, I felt that as well. I was like, Ness.
Yeah.
Ah. It's sort of weird. It's like you I don't know, you just click with people sometimes. But I've got a few questions that I've got a few sort of questions and a sort of shape to what we're going to do today. So I just wanted to share that with you of I want to ask you a couple of questions about your journey in music and stuff like this. And then, because we are going to frame, obviously some of this is coming from the female perspective, our experiences within the industry, but also just our experiences as creatives without discussing men in a way, just what our journeys have been personally and with the change in times and all of that. So a couple of questions and then definitely to hear a song. But I wanted to ask you the question to kick it off. I wanted to ask you, when did you sort of begin playing music, or what was it that brought you into music? How did it come into your life in that way, or what's your first memory about wanting to do it?
Well, I was fortunate to grow up with a very musical family. So my dad is one of five. My mom's one of seven. And there was always music in their families. And so there's music in mine. My dad was a traveling musician when he was younger. And my sister also, although she isn't a musician, she's a musical creator. She composes and she creates theater
That's
and
cool.
uses a lot of vocal heavy musical composition. My brother also plays, everyone plays guitar. I'm one of three kids. We all play guitar, we all sing, we all write.
Wow.
Um, and and then my extended family as well. I have lots of cousins and uh, just like aunts and uncles, cousins who are either singers, writers, they played drums. So music was everywhere. And I always like to credit my brother in terms of musical taste for listening to music because he has an incredible range of interests and genres that he loves that he exposed me to at a really young age. So I was really like taught. I feel like I went to school at a young age. Like he'd sit me down in front of the stereo in the basement and we'd listen to records from front to back,
And what did he
not getting
play
up for
you?
pardon?
What did he play you? What were some of the first
Oh,
ones you can remember?
well, I mean, I feel like when I was at the prime age of him showing me records, he showed me everything. But a lot of things, I mean, I grew up on the Beatles, Joni Mitchell, Neil Young. That was more like
See, this
my
is why we get
parents'
on so
influence.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're all huge influences, and you can tell if you listen to my songwriting. But he showed me everything, the Pixies, Smashing
Wow.
Pumpkins, to Bjork, to
Wow.
Radiohead, of course, which is one of my all-time
Right.
favorite
Okay.
favorite bands in terms of like I really respect groups that really explore genres.
Right.
And the Beatles did that too. I mean, some people say the Beatles are overrated. I'm like, overrated how? Like, there's something
Mm-hmm.
for everyone there. Radiohead like broke ground with how they went from like an indie kind of rock band to Kid A with the electronic experimental. So
Did you love all of
that's just the tip of the
Radiohead's?
iceberg.
Like, did you enjoy all of their music the same, or did you have some favorites?
Kid A, I would say, like, hands down for me, is the most influential on me, not necessarily in terms of the music I make, but just how it affected me. And my brother and I, there's this big debate, is it OK Computer or Kid A? For me, it's Kid A. OK
Okay.
Computer has more songs, like singers, like lyrical songs, but Kid A for me is it's a feeling, it's an experience, it's like its own thing. And I could talk about Radiohead all day.
Okay, I just have to pause you for one more tech thing that Maker has just said. Could you click on the settings icon next to virtual camera? Where is that though sitting? Where is my virtual camera sitting? Because I can't find it on OBS. And change that to your camera source. That would clean up the stream together view. Is this within the stream together thing that I need to do this, or within OBS?
Oh, I can turn my mic down, by the way. Digital
Oh, okay. In the
Dragon.
controls bit. Thanks, Maker. And you're saying click on the settings icon next to the thing. Okay, I see it. Change that to your camera source. Are you sure that's going to work? I've just got... Okay, it says program default source. It will be restarted to apply this change.
Oh, dear.
I feel like I don't want to do this because...
What is the actual issue? Is it bad enough to restart?
Is
Is
there
it
an
just
issue? Because
audio?
I don't have... Do you have any issues, Ness?
No, not at all.
Okay, then hopefully it's okay. Okay, let's leave it. You probably are right, Maker, but I'm so scared to touch it because it seems to
Yeah,
be okay
let's.
for me. And if you're hearing everything fine, on Ness's end, the camera is double because you're sending out Ness on your view. Oh, on Ness's stream. There is a button that's on the include camera and group output. Should I click that button on what happens if I
I
click
have
that
that
button?
too.
Should I click that button? I just clicked it. What happened? Okay, don't click it. Too late. I clicked it 3 times. Right, I'll just leave it. Oh, look, it's made me go all wobbly. Okay, so encoding overloaded. I think we're all right, Ness?
Yeah, so far, I'm fine.
Oh, your one's paused now. So hopefully I haven't
Oh, unclick the button.
you're
Okay,
yeah, you're good in the background bit, but you see how it's frozen on there.
yeah,
Sugar. Let me remove you and then put you back in.
yeah. It says we're not live.
Oh no, I've broken it again. But it still like it looks like it's still streaming here. I wish I hadn't touched anything, Ness. I
Yeah,
wish I
let's
hadn't touched
never touch
anything.
anything. Yeah, let's not take any more advice if it's working.
Yeah, because it looks like I can't tell. It just says it's not responding. Oh, sugar.
Why don't you remove me? Yeah, and then add me back.
Oh, it did
Oh, here we
something
go.
there.
Here we go.
Is it coming back? And it just did something where it would have showed us in a different way, but I'll do it better next time. Is it working? Ghost in the corner maker. Okay, now I can add you back. It looks like it's going to be...
Okay.
Let me show you on stream and we don't have to restart. Right, yes, push guest. I do know, Maker, I know exactly what you're saying and you are actually right as well. It's just that I'm too scared, okay? I'm too scared.
I can see me, but I'm not on your stream now.
Yeah. Now you are,
There we
you?
go.
Phew. Right, let's leave it. You are right, Maker,
Oh,
you are
God.
right. But we'll leave it there. Everything's fine.
What
Just
was
don't
the
touch
issue?
it. I think it's because I've added it in the wrong way. Like we should both be sitting looking the same, but
Okay.
I've just added it slightly clunkily, and it means on your stream it's not looking good because I'm doubled.
Oh, I can stop my stream in OBS. Does that help?
It won't help. It won't help. Your one just unfortunately looks a bit rubbish, but you can just cut it up later.
Oh, fine with me.
It's okay, Maker. You're right, but we'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that because this is the first one. I'm sure we can have another one. Right, let's jump back into the conversation. Let's jump back in.
Yes.
And okay, so your brother was playing you iconic bands, and you come from a musical family, and so that's what drew you. Obviously, it was a natural progression for you to go in and start playing guitar, learning guitar, picking it up from all your family around you. And obviously getting these strong influences and feelings when you're like listening to the music and listening to bands. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to turn into a songwriter. So how did that part happen?
My favorite memory to talk about, I guess, that maybe planted the seed was composing on the childhood piano in the living room. I grew up in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. So Eastern Canada. Grew up downtown in the city, had a piano, took piano lessons, was too unfocused for that as a child. Took guitar lessons, was too... it's hard. Like, it requires so much discipline as a kid to learn instruments, which is fine. And some kids do. I actually teach kids from time to time. But for me, and if you ask my parents about me in any way at a young age, I was very much to the beat of my own drum. A famous story is that I got kicked out of ballet class as a 6-year-old for being too free-spirited. Literally, that's what she said. So if that isn't the making of some kind of performer, I don't know what
I
is.
have to just interject. I just have to interject my ballet story there, which is that I went to ballet when I was 3, and they were running around doing like pretending to like dig sand and stuff. And because I couldn't wear a tutu, I left. I wanted to wear a tutu and everything that day. And I was like, what? This isn't ballet. I'm not coming here if I don't get the outfit.
Right.
So I relate to you a lot on that as well.
Yeah.
So you couldn't stick to anything in terms of those kind of things, but...
It was really composing In my own way, I mean, I feel like the piano, even though guitar is my most skilled, I guess, trained instrument, which is mostly self-taught. Piano I find is the most accessible instrument because anyone can sit in front and boom, 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 make a melody. So I composed music from a young age, and I say compose because it really was like creating soundscapes and stories. And then I loved poetry, big time. And I wrote a lot of. There's some stuff I read that I did when I was younger that I'm like, I don't know how. Like I was more advanced then than even now, maybe poetry wise. But I guess the two came together, and so I was writing songs at a young age. And my background is actually theater. I thought I was going to be an actress. I went to theater school, a theater high school that I had to audition for. I went to university and got a BFA in theater studies. And then I was about to dive into that world and didn't like the taste in my mouth I had from the industry and from some experiences after graduating. And I was like, I think I need to. I just completely changed course. I moved out west to the mountains and pursued music um, more heavily, although I was still very much like going on a life adventure.
Right.
And then it wasn't until the last few years that I like truly made it a career. I've always played live. I've played all over the country and North America throughout the years. I've been in very many iterations of bands as a vocalist, as a solo act, as a jazz singer, as an indie rock singer, like all kinds of projects until I found myself at like, okay, let's really do this solo thing. And I only created the name Ness Nost probably like 2.5 years ago. Pandemic
Right.
decision.
Okay. Yeah.
And and once again, like I always knew from a very young age that I had to do something like that. I was meant to do something like this. I'm not a one trick pony. Like if I only did music the rest of my life, I'd be happy. But I very much love the evolution of making music, but also storytelling in theatrical ways using that part of my background. And also, like, I do graphic design. Like, I love just creating, period.
Right.
Um, but yeah, the evolution of doing music as a real life career choice was really not a distinct decision and more like an evolution based on a lot of life experiences and a
Right.
lot of people in my life saying as well along the way, I think you should go into music. And I was like, screw you. What? I'm not going to be an actress? Like I took it all personal
Yeah.
at one point that people didn't think I could do the silver screen the way I wanted to,
Right. Right.
which I'm still involved in film, so it's not like when you're young I think you feel like you have to choose, and then you get older and you realize, yes, learn a skill and refine it, but like people aren't we're
One
not meant to
thing.
be pigeonholed.
Right.
No, and I personally, that's just not. I could never do
And
that.
there's
I
so
could
many
never do one
things.
thing.
And also there's so many things. It's like a lot of time when you're sort of younger, it's very kind of, or not just younger, but like for maybe like sometimes like mainstream thinking can be just like, oh, there's just this and there's just that. Kind of like they don't see all the
Yeah,
hidden other jobs that there are around something. Do you know? You know, it's like they. So
yeah,
there's so many jobs within an industry that just you might not know about, that
yeah,
you end up like becoming like you want to do Foley or something like this. You want to do like film scores or whatever else that you might not have even known existed before that. You know?
yeah, for
What
sure.
song are you gonna play us first, Ness? Can you tell us a little bit?
Um, sure. I'll play the first track off of the EP that I just put out. It's called "Made for You," spelt MAID, as in a maid, a house maid. Um, so it kind of is a good introduction to the whole project because the EP is 5 tracks following the narrative of a woman working in the service industry as a maid, as a waitress,
Wow.
a bartender. These are all experiences I had for 11 years from teenagehood and well into my late 20s.
Right.
Um, as many artists experience having to be in the service industry to support their life and
Right.
their desire to be an artist. A lot of stories and difficult scenarios and interesting scenarios happen in that industry, especially for women. And this song is about not only that, but sort of like we were just talking about, not wanting to be pigeonholed or kind of told this is the route that someone like you should take.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Now, for some reason, I can't hear myself through my headphones, so I'm hoping this volume works.
The
but
volume
please
is
let me
good.
know if. Okay. Woke up early morning, 6 a.m. and get to work. Grab my bucket and a mop, gotta scrub away the dirt. I'll be cleaning rooms, pushing brooms, then home to write my songs. Just waiting for my big break, singing till the morning comes, 'cause my dreams are just a paycheck away. You say to get a real job, one that really pays. Well, I wasn't made for you. I'm not made for you. Well, I'm waiting tables in the evening, making tips alright. Who knew that serving food meant you're a therapist at night? I'll be closing up, filling cups, and home to write my songs. Just waiting for my big break, singing till the morning comes, 'cause my dreams are just a paycheck away. You say to get a real job, one that really pays. Well, I wasn't made for you. I'm not made for you. And even though you got advice for how I should live my life, you may think that you're being nice, but I'm not made for you. Not made for you. Well, the years go by, I quit my job, now working for myself. Who knew that going freelance is a different kind of hell? There's no benefit, but the benefit is not working for the man, and the cost of freedom pays more than anyone he can, 'cause my dreams are just a paycheck away. You say to get a real job, one that really pays. Well, I wasn't made for you. I'm not 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 made for you, baby. I'm not made for you, baby. I'm not made for you, baby. For you, I'm not made for you.
Woo! Starts beating up the microphone. I need to have my a clap button, but I haven't got it yet, but I will get one. That's so gorgeous. I love that. I love the tone of your voice and just the whole
Thank you.
just kind of vibe that gives you this kind of face when you're listening to it. Just like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Love
wicked.
That. Thank you.
So how many songs have you got on the EP?
5.
And they're all, like you say, about the service industry. Everyone in here is going to love you. All the people that are part of my community, I know, are going to absolutely love you, because I know that we've got similar influences as well. Like musically, we've got similar influences. Like you said that when you came in, didn't you? You were like, oh, this is my kind of vibe. And
yeah, totally.
I think we've got similar sort of approach to how we feel about music. Just the way that you can go straight into the song. And like when you're performing it, for me, like I absolutely love that, because you're straight in there, lost in it, and just telling the story, and just, I don't know. It's just and also just earlier, it's the same kind of attitude that you've got when you said when you were saying about the Beatles and how some people, like, yeah, I was just like, I would love to see you argue with someone about the Beatles or something, because you've just got this, I can tell you've got this kind of like energy, like fighter energy, I suppose, that I like. It's cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Any boxers in here? Because I do love boxing. I'm a fighter. I'm a
Yeah.
fighter, babe.
I'm a fighter, babe. I'll knock you out. I can just tell.
The old 1-2.
Yeah, I want to. I'm a southpaw. I'm a southpaw. I'm not actually. I'm terrible at boxing. I'm not. I'm terrible at it. Has Joey has a question. Has Ness looped before?
It's funny you ask because I did a stream impromptu a couple days ago. Up until that day, I had just been doing this like acoustic. I'm not plugged in today, but usually I'm plugged in.
Right.
But then the other day, I finally tried hooking up my DAW, like my music software, to Twitch, and it worked, which was exciting because that unlocks, as you know,
Right.
so many other options. And I tried a looping sesh. And it's so much fun. Like for me, it's so much fun because
It's
it's
ridiculously
endless.
fun. Right. It's too much
And
fun.
I love harmonizing. It's like my
Yeah.
favorite thing in the world. So I could just keep going for hours and lose track of time. It's something I want to get good at in terms of a stream. Like I don't have the button situation
Right.
locked down where I could just
Smack a
record
button.
and then jump on the
Yeah.
next harmony and then
Right.
jump on. I don't know about that yet, but I want to make that work for live. I can do it like for in my own time, but in
Right.
terms of like syncing it
So
properly
are
for
you thinking
live,
about Ableton, or are you thinking about the 505 or a floor pedal? What are you thinking?
I have Logic Pro. I've used Ableton throughout the years, but I haven't tried it for a live setting. So if you suggest it,
A
I
lot of
would try
people
it
that
out.
do the looping, they have that push too, don't they? Or there's a cheaper version. I can't remember. I think it's called the AK something, maybe. But there's,
Oh wait,
you know what I mean? These push
I,
buttons, right?
I have the Novation Key Mini, which is actually like supposed to be made for or paired with Ableton mini, like keyboard with pads. And then I also have a big MIDI controller back home where I live out
Oh,
west
okay.
that maybe that's the key. Maybe that's something I could rig up.
That's exciting, isn't it? And apparently, because I mean, with the Logic, if you're using Logic as well, there's something called Backstage, I think, which is what, I don't know if you've heard of
Oh,
Mark
cool.
Rebier.
I'll write that down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark Rebier, that's what he uses, the 505. This looper that
Ah,
I've got, this is the reason I got it, because I was like totally
right,
loving what he
right.
was doing. I was like, the
Yeah.
improvising and everything, I was just like,
Yeah.
I wasn't that attracted to looping before, but when I saw what he was doing and the fact that it was improvising, I was like, something in me lit up. I was like, I want to do that. But I haven't tried it myself, but you could look at that because I don't think it's very expensive, the Backstage thing. And then you
Okay.
can store a load of stuff, I think. Let me ask you something else. What was I going to ask you next? So I don't know how much you want to talk about it, but just in terms of like the female experience we were talking about, you were talking about that in terms of the service industry. Have you had any what sort of, I don't know, negative experiences have you had like in terms of that stuff, if you want to share?
Yeah. Do you have all day?
I mean, it's,
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about it. I'm very forthcoming with most things really. But that's a topic although it's difficult, that's kind of the reason I made that song is that it's difficult. Not enough people talk about it. So really the song The Regular, which is the second track on the EP, and the most successful song for me so far from the EP. I mean, it's all out now, but it's the standout track, and I think partly is because I'm really proud of how it sounds and the storytelling, but also like so many people connected with the message, which was really exciting for me because that was the point. And it's a story of a woman the protagonist working in a restaurant and having a male regular that frequents the establishment that mistakes her kindness and just doing her job and being, nice for sort of consent, like somehow that he's really friends with her or that she really likes him. And by the end of the song, it turns into, a menacing situation where he ends up following her home. And it's that kind of sentiment a lot of women experience at work, which is just like there's no line and there's no rules. It's the wild, wild west in hospitality. There's no line between work and play for the person on the other side of the bar, like the patron, especially when alcohol's involved. I mean, I've seen insane things. I always say, like, if you want to make a good movie, just work in the service industry. The amount of things you can't believe really happen, whether it's violence, sexual violence, funny things, weird things, people like having sex in the bathroom, people overdosing, the catty bullshit that goes on in the back of house, the tension between the chefs and the servers,
Right.
the sexual tension that goes on between everybody,
Yeah.
the like drinking during work, the stuff that happens after, the management, like it's so wild and toxic. And I definitely got involved in elements of the toxicity of just like you're working late hours, you're drinking with staff. It's just eventually it's just no good. It's horrible for your health and mental health. You go to bed at 4 a.m., you get up at whatever, something the next day, you do it all over again. It's a depressing cycle. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of interesting opportunities come from also working in that industry. I've met a crazy amount of people. It's been great for my writing.
Right.
But
Great for the writing.
But yeah, but like after enough time, it's just like
It's
it
not good for
wears
you.
you down.
Right.
No.
There's
And
only
I
so
think
much.
I'm actually really excited because for my release show for this, I've paired up with two, I should link them actually, two organizations that are nonprofits that do work in harm reduction. Some people aren't aware of the term harm reduction, but it's basically like in this context, this organization, it's called Good Night Out. They're actually based out of the UK, but their first like branch out of the UK is in Vancouver, where I live. Not right now.
Is this to do with like
presently
where you say the name Angela or something like this?
No, not that I know of, but if you allow links here,
Yeah.
I'll post it.
Oh, sugar, it might
So
not let me. Let me see if I can come and get
they
that.
work in nightlife predominantly and target like establishments, as well as
If you message
they
me
do
that,
a lot
I'll
of
add it
things.
to the chat. Sorry about that.
Okay. They basically do things like educating folks in the service industry against the stuff we're talking about: sexual violence, harassment, misogyny in the workplace. They also do work in nightlife, which I have done with them, something called Street Team, where they walk between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. in the club district of Vancouver and take care of people. They're like guardian angel intervention. No police, no stigmatization, no judgment if you're on drugs or if you're, really trying to make people safer in nightlife, and it definitely targets more women and marginalized folks. So at my release show, they're going to be a presence. I'm going to have them speak in between some of the songs, and they're going to have some merchandise to give out or whatever. And then the other organization is called Not Me, which is a reporting system, which is what I wish I had when I worked in service. And it's for anybody to report an incident at work anonymously, and it goes to management or HR, deals with the problems right away, rather than, because in that industry, a lot of times management will just tell you to suck it up, buttercup, get over it. Oh, he's just like that. Don't take it personally.
Yeah.
Like horrible misogynist crap. So anyway, I could go on about this. You're going to have to shut me up.
No, I mean, I something that I've been, like basically as a female singer, it's something that I've encountered so many times, like playing in pubs. I've also worked in the service industry. Obviously, I've worked in the service industry because that's what we've done. That's what we do alongside the music. So, I used to work as a waitress, barmaid, and basically that kind of thing. And yeah, but I would say even last year, the last kind of time that one of the gigs I had, I went to the gig and I was. And this is what I was wanting to say when we started talking about this, was this feeling of like for women, you might be friendly and open, and then you can only be friendly and open to a certain point, because if certain men, usually drunk men, see that, that's an opening to them. So I was saying something to this guy, this older guy, and he was like something about dancing, like him getting up and dancing to my songs or something. I hadn't even started yet, and then he just grabbed a hold of me, and it's like,
Yeah.
like, as it, suddenly we're dancing, but we're not dancing I can literally feel his penis, and it's just like gross. Do you know what I mean? It's just absolutely gross. And for me as a performer, I've then got to like shake that off, literally not shake that off,
exactly.
but shake the experience off, and like go into the bathroom and just be like, no, I'm okay, because I've still got a job to do. I've got to go out there and be confident and stand in front of people, when essentially that's sexual assault, and
Yeah.
you sort of don't call it that because you want to minimize it all the time, but the fact is it's still bothering me now, and that was like 6 months ago. Do you know what I mean? It's something that then days after, because it might trigger something that you've experienced before. You see what I mean? And it feeds into this kind of ickiness, but disgustingness, shame, all this other shit that you end up feeling, and it triggers on that, and it's like, that's not considered. When I come out of the bathroom, this guy apologized to me, and I accepted his apology, and but still, it's like, that shouldn't have happened, and there's no one there, bar staff wise. I really do judge a place on that, because you should be looking out for if a musician is coming to work for you, they're part of your staff now. Even though they're a contractor, you should be looking after them, and looking out and seeing that they're okay, and keeping your eye on situation. And I mean, I've had, like, these guys have seen, because I've been streaming, but I've had gigs. Even last year I did another gig where this woman was literally touching me here as I was singing. With a guitar on me. They've got access, and this is one of the reasons why I'm really fighting hard to like get myself to a next level, which I've been on that next level before, but I've never been off the level that I'm on, which is the pub gigs and everything, and that's fine. But I'm really, like, I've been doing it since I was 14, and I'm now in my 40s, and it's just like, there's a part of me that's just like, I just need a stage, mainly because I don't want you to fucking touch me.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Can you just like not,
That's crazy.
So it's hard work, it's been hard work. And I've talked to a lot of different friends, female singers and musicians about this, especially over the last sort of 6-7 years. I've had more and more dialogue about it. I think as you get older, like you say, you start to kind of realize, that dogs are always allowed, that it's not on. Do you know what I mean? I want to now ask you, in terms of I'm going to change the subject completely, because like you say, we could talk about this, but I wanted to touch on it and have you speak about your experiences, because it's difficult, but it is something that we need to talk about. But I want to swing it right completely to the other side now, and I want to ask you some of the most kind of best situations you've had, or best kind of experiences that you've had in music so far, like favorite gigs that you've played, or someone that was very kind and helpful to you, what are some of the moments that are really special for you in your career so far?
Oh, yeah, that's also one I could talk about forever, but I'll just go off of, I believe in impulse, whatever comes in, or believe in whatever comes up first. You should pay attention to. I think I would say, like, this whole process of releasing the EP independently, like I crowdfunded. I raised $7,000 on my own on Kickstarter to do it, because I did not receive any of the grants I applied for. Funding, as many people know, and if anyone here doesn't know, should know, for artists, full-time people that are really going this, like, on their own full-time without a label or anything, it's a very precarious and expensive road as an artist. You can do a lot for free, and you can do a lot on your own, which I have, but living moment to moment, paycheck to paycheck, contract to contract, gig to gig is not a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. So we need all the help we can get. And so I took it upon myself to raise the money myself. And that was a great moment of like, feeling proud of your own efforts,
Yeah,
but
you
also
should.
like the support from other people was amazing. And the continued support I received throughout my journey from so many people is like, it's very heartwarming, and it really makes the hard moments more bearable,
Right.
because like sometimes when you're just at your wit's end, there's people that are like, no, don't stop for
Yeah.
once. Like,
Yeah.
stop and rest, but don't stop the dream, because we all believe in you. We know you're going to get there,
Yeah.
and do not give up. Like, that's like the biggest thing. I think I had it written on my wall at one point, like on a sticky note. I said, don't give up. It said, don't give up, follow up. Mostly in regards to like when you don't hear a yes, or when you
Right.
don't hear anything at all from XYZ people in your career.
Right.
Don't give up. Just follow up. Ask again. Oh, that no might turn into a yes. But yeah, I would say like the support from folks, and here on Twitch, in my short time I've been on Twitch, I've been like overwhelmed with
Yeah.
how people are just like, they really want to support you.
Right.
And I would say, yeah, like the support is huge. And performance wise, like special events, I mean, recently I had a show in my hometown in Ottawa, which, if you can believe, I've only played there twice in my life, because I moved to the other side of the country 8 years ago. And doing a show there was amazing. Like, seeing people from my past, from years and years, that I hadn't seen come out in my hometown. I mean, it's pretty special. Great venue is called Irene's.
All right.
Check it out if you're ever in Ottawa.
Oh, okay.
Great stage, great sound, disco ball, great crowd. They really made me feel special. And to tie it into what you just said about like, which is interesting, I never thought about it that like that. When you're a musician, you are like kind of part of the staff at that place, at least for the night.
Yeah.
Um, and I've played so many gigs that like, which places give a shit about you.
Right. You feel it.
and that place, there's honestly only a handful of places in all the like almost 300 shows I've done over the last few years where I'm like, they really make it clear that like you matter. And that changes everything.
Oh, it changes everything. But if only people
Yeah.
realize that if they treat the artist just with the minimum of respect, they'll get such a better show out of that person. I mean,
Yes.
like, just simple things like offering a drink, asking if you're okay, or like letting you know where things are. Just kindness, just general, like being a nice host. And there's plenty of places where I do play that are like that. And, it doesn't matter on the venue then. It doesn't matter on the size of it, or if it's a pub or anything like that. I'm not,
Yeah.
I've been working, like I say, in pubs all my life. And I've kind of come to this point now where I was really not enjoying it before 2020 happened, right? I was at the point where I was halfway through gigs and going, oh, maybe they can just give me half the money and I can leave now, in my head, right? I got to the
my
point, yeah, it
God.
was horrible. It was absolutely horrible, because I've always loved live music, but something was wrong, and I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. And then we went into 2020, which was like this moment where obviously just everything was crazy, but everything kind of opened up in my head. And I was like, I wanted to stream, and I didn't have any of this equipment, and I couldn't use computer or anything, and I was going to just do it on my phone. And then I had the time and the space to learn technology, and what a blessing that's been, because I've been able to before, like the fact that I just handled what happened before without like falling into a thing of nerves and crying and stuff like this. I was terrible. I had no confidence with it before. So it's allowed me to sort of turn it around. And now it's like, I just feel different when I'm going out, and I'm still kind of struggling with getting back out there, to be honest with you. I'm finding the vibe is really quite important to me, way more important than it used to be. I used to have tougher skin, right? Whereas now I've been allowed to be an introvert again, and kind of really be this artist, and kind of like, it's all like gone open, if you know what I mean. Your heart is open and you're like, yeah, you know, and then you go back out there and you're like, like you're so sensitive, you can't take it. So I'm trying to sort of deal with it again and build up that kind of, because at the end of the day, not everyone out there is nice, and that's just how it is. It's just they're just not. So you have to kind of have this protection up. But I've forgotten. I've led off somewhere else by accident. I've gone on a tangent somewhere. But yeah, venues looking after you as an artist and the difference that it makes to their performance. So when you take that and then you amplify that situation with having an audience that knows how to listen, that's that's the thing,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's like grassroots venues over here. I don't know. Joey was asking what the scene is like over where you are, because for example, over here, you know, I've been gigging in this area since the 90s. There used to be way more grassroots venues as well, where there was real music pubs. And they would always take a jug round at the end of the night and put in more money. You know, the audience would put in money as well as the venue, right? It was such a vibe. It was, you know, gigs, or you go back and carry on jamming, you know, with all your friends and all of that. I come from a musical family as well, so like,
Nice.
you know, I can see that's why we sort of click, because it's obviously a similar upbringing. But now the it's so different out there, and I don't know if it's like that for where you are, but there's not as many venues for a start. There's a kind of very distinct difference between, sometimes when you go to do a show now, it's like, for me, it's hard for me, especially with doing streaming and everything. I want to put on a show. I want to perform, and I want to like get them involved and sort of like get them feeling things and get them laughing and everything. And sometimes I have to like really try and like dole that down, which can be hard because you're sort of like training yourself to be at like 90%, 100%. And then you have to go, actually, we need to like tone that down to like 60% or 50, do you know, because it's not needed. So what's the scene like where you are?
Well, right now I'm in Toronto, and Toronto is kind of where it's not kind of, it is where I'm trying to end up.
Right.
I'm a bit of a nomad the last few years since taking music on full time, which was catalyzed by the pandemic. I'd go back and forth east and west. So the West Coast scene I know quite well. I'm based in Vancouver. Um, and everyone said when I moved out there, "What are you doing?" Because I was in Montreal for 6 years, which is an incredible, bustling, like it's one of the coolest cities, period. And I've
Right.
traveled quite a bit. And everyone's like, "Why are you going to Vancouver? You're going to kill your career out there." But I was going at the time also for an adventure to switch up life. And I built a little, following there, community there. It's small, and there's a big sort of like metal scene there that people were like, "Why? It doesn't make sense for you." But now I think there's a bit of a renaissance. I think there's a bit of a blossoming of a scene.
Ooh, that's cool.
But I will say that the East is more known for the music scene. I love New York City as well, which is close to here, close enough. Montreal is close to here. But Toronto, I mean, Toronto and Vancouver, everywhere, venues are shutting down left and right. It's horrible. I worked at a venue that was like amazing, 7 nights a week music. So I got to not only perform there, but when I was working there, I got to see music every night in Vancouver, and they shut it down. I have a show on Friday here at the Rivoli, which is apparently a great. I've never been there. It's a great venue. Last night I saw a show that absolutely blew my mind. You would love it.
All right.
It was the last. It was the last. The last show on Feist's tour, like world tour or whatever.
Wow.
And I had no idea what I was walking into. I cried like throughout.
Oh wow.
It was way more than a music show. It was a complete experience, very thought out, very emotional, very like almost like too painful.
Wow.
It's beautiful, poetic, sad, like anyway. And it really made me go, holy shit, like you hear so much terrible stuff about the music industry right now. It's all negative. And seeing that show, I was like, nope, This is why we do it, people. This is why. It was packed. Everyone was crying. It was like, this is what it's all about.
This is what we
So
need. We need it.
I feel like the music scene everywhere is suffering because of the cost of putting it
Right.
on and the treatment. It's not, the other thing is, sorry, I have to say, everyone's like, there's no money. It's like, no, there's a lot of money. It's just that the wrong people have it,
Right.
and nobody that deserves it gets it.
Right.
It's not that there's no money in the music industry,
Right.
period. Did you see what the profits that UMG made? I think $1 billion last year.
It's disgusting.
Sorry, there's tons of
And what
money. It's
about-
just that they don't want to give it to the artists.
That's it. And what about Spotify? I mean, it's absolutely disgusting, you know?
It's a rat race. I feel like I have to, like, I was putting out ads, which I hate having to do, but it's a necessary evil, I guess, to try to get my Spotify listeners up, because grants and festivals, they care so much about your Spotify following.
Yeah.
It drives me bonkers.
It
I'm like,
drives
you
me
guys don't
absolutely
give a shit about the
nuts.
music.
Right, who fucking cares? Like, they're hacking their own thing. Like, there was a news report that came out that they're doing something like this, where they're making kind of fake artists and putting them on playlists, which is kind of like ending up generating money for them. Like, the whole thing is a complete scam. But as a user, as a consumer, it's great. So you can't, you know, it's really hard, because I actually use Spotify, even though for ages I didn't, and I didn't put my album on there for ages, and I was very stubborn and punk about it. But in the end, like you say, you sort of can't not. I released my album in 2014, and I don't think I put it on there till like 2018 or something like that. I was just I'm the sort of person who, I haven't really been trying to put myself out there. I just watched Brené Brown. Is it Brené Brown? The other day. Is that her name? Why does that sound weird to me now? Anyway,
sure.
she's like a she's an author, like, and a sort of motivational speaker and stuff like this, right? And that was something she was saying about think big. And a lot of the time, the way that we just kind of, we don't, because part of the thinking big is so kind of challenging when you're trying to look at the numbers and all of this stuff. Like, it's sort of, it doesn't make any sense to me, because I know what I could do, but I have to prove it in a different way then. And by proving it, I basically have to do that at a cost, because I have to pay to release music, and I can't really make music by releasing it to Spotify. Do you know what I mean? So you pay the distribution company. You can't just put it on there yourself. So you have to go through the distribution. They get a cut of the money that you spend. You know, you can't release cover songs without them costing money. People want to listen to cover songs. Yeah. You know, and so as an actual songwriter, it's very challenging to raise up in that way. It can, in fact, a lot of artists that I know, or a few artists that I know personally, have just found it so demoralizing that they're just kind of they see me and they wonder why I'm so crazily excited. But I'm excited because of Twitch, because at the end of the day, in 3 years on Twitch, I've earned more than I've ever earned from Spotify or anything like that. And that's fucking real. That's real money that I can feed my children with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't like, I'm not that good with statistics anyway. And so I just find all of that really annoying and frustrating, you know. That's her name, Auntie. I know that you need to get addressed. I know that you need to get a drink, Ness. That's why I'm being an auntie right now. You have run out of drink, haven't you?
How do you know?
Because I just noticed a little while ago. And also because I need a wee, and I was plotting in my mind that it would be really good if you went and got a drink and I run to go for a wee and get
How do
water.
we do this?
I'm just going to leave it on. Do you need to turn it off? You can maybe turn off your camera, but
I don't.
I can switch it to a Be Right Back scene. Let me just try. Let me just press it and see what happens. And then let me come back.
Me too.
It's fine. So I can just put it on the Be Right Back, and we can leave our stuff and not touch it. Okay?
Okay.
Guys,
I'm going to 2 seconds.
I'll be about 2 minutes, because I have to go definitely for a wee and wash my hands.
Okay. Sounds wonderful.
I know, right? Let me just leave a loop on for you guys so that you know you've got something there.
Okay. Be back.
Okay. Okay, we're back.
Woo! It is fun.
It's cool, isn't it? It's working, right? There
Yeah.
was definitely, I mean, there is definitely improvements. Like, as in, my husband was just saying that on your stream, like my mic's not coming out. There's definite audio issues and stuff. But if we do this again,
I don't know how to fix that.
I don't either. But we could, we could mess around with it. But I think, well, if it's okay with you, I can just send you. Well, this VOD will be up on my YouTube, and you can take it and cut it up and stuff if you want to. I'll make it so that you can download it or whatever, so that you can have it in that way. But yeah, I need to learn more, and I don't really know, because that's an audio issue. I'm not sure why it's doing that, and I don't want to get into it because I know it's going to be all techie.
No.
I would love it if you wanted to play another song for us. That we would love to hear another song. What one was you thinking of playing next?
I think I'll do the regular since I talked about it.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
And it ties into our theme that we were talking about here.
I just want to say quickly, thank you so much to everybody for the amazing hype train that we had earlier, for all the bits. That's Anonymous, Dreaming Truth, and Six Shot, and Maker, and Chris Farley, and Lulu as well earlier, and for the follow from Norg Music earlier. And we are putting the links up for Ness in the chat. This is Ness Nost that we're talking to, and if you want to go, make sure you follow her on all of those links there. And if you are feeling generous, you can buy her music on Bandcamp. And I've also asked her to put a tip link in. I don't think you did put a tip link. Yeah, you did, the Stream Elements one. So that's great.
Yep, Stream Elements.
So if anyone wants to do that, that would be awesome. But yes, take it away, Ness.
Thank you. He said to the waitress, won't you come here? I know you're busy, but I'm sad. Well, I'm finding it hard to connect with anybody, and your smile makes me feel glad. Well, I know we're not really friends. I come here to pretend. It makes me feel like less of a bad guy, less of a sad guy, less of a creep that I know you don't want to be. She works every Sunday, noon to night time. It's her only day off school. She trades her smiles in for dollars to keep up on the bills. Even when the regular loses his cool, she knows they're not really friends. She doesn't want to pretend. She says, I think you might be a bad guy, might be a sad guy, might be a creep that I know you don't want to be a
She gets off a little later, so he felt like he could follow her back home. Well, she could feel him in her shadow. It was then that she knew she was no longer alone. She knows they're not really friends. She doesn't want to pretend. She says, hey, I think you might be a fake. I might be sick. I might be a creep. And I know you don't want to be. You want to be a nice guy. So what I like, not the guy you know to be a no, it doesn't want to be. Ooh, never ever wants to be a creep, yeah. Never ever wants to be a creep, yeah. Ooh. He said to the waitress, won't you come here?
Oh,
Thank
it's so
you.
gorgeous. I love that like chord change. It's like at the, that change, that kind. I don't know how to
Yes.
say it, but it sounds so nice. And also, I really love all, like, I don't know, just the tone of your voice, and like Joey's saying, like the jazz training you can hear in your voice. But it's like I love how you've
Oh, thank you.
incorporated all the different flavors that we've been talking about, and like you've got in your genre list as well. You've like incorporated them into your voice, and it's just, oh, it's so nice to listen to the tone and the little runs, but nothing is overdone. You know what I mean? It's all just like sprinkling of flavors through the voice, which I really like. It's
Oh,
lovely. And
thank you, and thanks everybody for all the nice words. I haven't been reacting, but I do see them, and I really appreciate it.
yeah, and also this, like you say, the storytelling is so good, isn't it? So is that like when we were talking about how you came to songwriting, like you were saying about
Mhm.
sort of not being like really sticking to different instruments and stuff, but then what was it you were saying about how you came to songwriting? How did you realize that that was the thing that was, do you get like, this is the question that people always ask songwriters, but for me, like, it comes in different ways. Like, I've been writing since I was 11, and I started writing lyrics, but melodies came into my head at the same time before I could play an instrument. And then as I started to pick up, as soon as I picked up the guitar, could string two chords together, that's it, I could write a song. And I just carried on
Yeah.
like in that way. But I would have sometimes music come to my head, sometimes a lyric idea, or sometimes a melody idea might come to me, or sometimes it's just a feeling. You go to the guitar and then a whole song comes out. You can't even say, you didn't have any words in your head, but it's just a feeling that then comes out.
Yeah.
So do you have
Yeah.
all of those things happen as well? And
Yeah, I'm a very sound first person. That's how I generally write. I think it's interesting how people are different. Like, I can't imagine being someone that's like, I have all these words, but I don't have a song. I'm always sound first.
right,
And when I
okay.
listen to music, I'm the same. Like, this is something that I've noticed throughout the years. Um, and I've noticed because when I talk to other people, I'm like, wait, you're not like that. Is that I could listen to a song 20 times and still not know the lyrics because I'm
Oh,
so focused on, but I'll know the sound by heart. I'll know the
right,
melody by heart. I'll know all
right.
the harmonies by heart because it's just how I consume
Mm,
music, I guess, is I
absolutely.
love the sound of it, which sounds like, "What do you mean?" But literally the sound of the song.
Yeah.
Then later I'll start actually absorbing the lyrics. And so when I write, like for example, right now, often what I do, like I started coming up with this the other day. I just started playing and I was like, I really like this chord progression. So once I have a first few notes, I'll start being like, okay, what is the mood of this and how can I keep progressing with it? And then eventually I'll just start improvising lyrics. So waiting for the rain to fall. And I'll just ad lib, don't know what time it is. And then usually the first things that come out of my mouth, whatever, random, I'll end up pulling from because it's instinctual. It's like really
That's the
whatever's
feeling.
lying underneath.
Right.
And I just like, I've tried to hack songs where I'm like, no, I'm keeping the chord structure, but I'm going to engineer the lyrics to a specific idea. Often that's not as effective as me pulling from what's actually there and then fine tuning that idea.
Right.
For me. So I always come up with the sound, but sometimes I'm like for the regular, I was like, I have to write a song about that in
Right,
some
okay.
capacity. Like I want to because I know it's a great story.
So that one you had the idea of in terms of a story that needed expressing. So it
Yeah.
kind of did start with the lyrical idea,
Yes.
but you probably still built the music first and then fit that idea.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
which is still a different way because you're not engineering after, you're actually purposefully engineering from the very beginning. Right?
Yeah. 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 And when I do get an idea first, I get excited because sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'd rather that because it's kind of easier. It's like easier in a different way. Like, oh, if I know I have to write about this, then it takes the pressure off of what are these random
What is
ideas
this
coming out of
about?
me mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
can be difficult.
like for the next EP is already mostly written and it has a theme as well because a theme really helps me out, honestly,
Right.
anchor everything.
Right.
Rather than a random selection of songs, which is fine,
Yeah.
obviously. But I've also noticed for the viewers and listeners that they love like a package. They love like a world with the music.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
So with this EP, it's a full world. Like the visuals are just as important. And if you guys check out all the single artwork follows a narrative as well. We did a photo shoot in a diner in Vancouver, a donut shop. I had my amazing friend who's an artist as well do the photos, and people just love these photos. And
Yeah, they're very
it's
cool.
because they tie into the story so you get the full picture. And I saw someone say the other day on my Facebook, they're like, you just don't see that anymore, like a whole concept. And I'm like, I love when artists do that. It's just like there's something about it that feels special and different when you're like, they really thought out everything. Like they really, because it's for people, it's for you guys, it's for everybody to
I
enjoy.
100% agree. It's really good to hear you saying that about the world. Like I personally have struggled visually with things as an artist. But I think that might be changing. I think that what had happened to me in my life had sort of led. I experienced a lot of trauma when I was younger, which led me to kind of be kind of narrow and very hyper focused just on music, and it's sort of like I was really kind of, I just shut myself down in a lot of ways. And I think what you were saying earlier about having like you can do graphic design and everything like that, so if you're thinking in all these different ways and you've got that ability, which I think a lot of artists have, and I think that I've been listening to a lot of Rick Rubin and different people speaking about sort of art creativity and all of this stuff, and now my thinking is like, don't close down at all, because actually it's all there, it's all open and you can access all of it, which it sounds like to me you're already thinking like that. And so that's exciting for your next release as well then, because you'll have, you know, a whole story to tell And especially because you're this kind of old school storyteller, like it's like a Joni Mitchell kind of, you bring things to life in that way with your lyrics, which is really brilliant. I'm quite abstract, so I really appreciate that in music, because I don't find that as easy, and it's something that I'm probably going to set myself to task to for the fun and of the challenge, because from this conversation, being inspired by that, a lot of the time I will have certain ones that have ideas like that, but a lot of the time, like you say, I'm going through that hard process where it's like a feeling, and I've got to figure out what it's all about, and it's like, it's kind of, you have to pull it out of you, like, in that way. But I've started since September, I've started songwriting on Twitch, which has been a really interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's been really, because I've been doing this 3 years, and so what I've been kind of doing, I've been learning, obviously, to use the looper, and a lot of people, had to be really patient with me, and especially the first year.
Yeah.
But since I've been using the looper, so before that, I only ever wrote with the guitar. And I'm not like you, like my husband is more like you, where he can hear the music and stuff. Like you're saying, you hear all the music. So for me, even though I could hear it, I would be so close to, so much focused on the voice and what the lyrics were saying and stuff, that now my musical ear has just opened up in such a different way. And the process of using the looper and being able to just mine for hooks all the time has been so fun, like, because you just hear it over and over again, and then it's just like, boom, there's the hook, and let's go. Like, it might not have the proper lyrics on it yet, but this is the shape, and we just can work with that. And then so my latest the latest place I am in my creative process is the merging of what I've learned with the looper and the hooks back to the songwriting craft. Just ignore Joey. He's so annoying. He's just being silly. Oh, it's really cold, Joey. Stop it. So basically, I'm joining those things back together. But what I was going to ask you next is, so for your future, and so your future is obviously including Twitch and live streaming, and potentially looping, and are you thinking of sharing your songwriting process? Have you thought about that?
I would love to do that. I saw when I first signed up for Twitch, like this past run, because I signed up for it pandemic 2021 probably, and then after a day I was like, I don't know if this is going to work for me. Got rid of the account. Fast forward to now, got it again, and was like, for some reason, had this different belief about it. And again, I'm going to shout out Genuine Mischief, the Twitcher, because she told me to come on here, and it's like, I don't want to say it's changed my life, because that's
you can
dramatic.
Say that. You can say that,
but I can already tell. Yeah, I can already tell, like, that it will, and in some ways it is, like, it's just like, it's giving me hope in a different way. And anyway, while I was signing up, I was watching some videos on YouTube of creators, musicians, talk about it. And one woman said, Twitch made her a better artist, like, because she's making music on Twitch, and also just having the audience there versus being alone in your room, which of course we need to be alone in our rooms without an audience too. But it changes the game. And so, like, for me too, I'm like, oh shit, like, I want to, like, right now I'm traveling, so I'm in this room, but like, I can't wait to get back home and make a great environment for everybody watching, and like figure out the looping thing, and figure out, okay, like, themes for each day to make it really engaging, because I want to give a good show. I don't want to just do what I know would be good. Just me and a guitar would be great, fine, but I want to level up. And I think if that's happening, it's already it's already changing the game for me. I'd love to create stuff on here. I also want to lean into less just acoustic and more my production side, because I love producing music, and kind of what you do too, playing with all these different sounds, more electronic, R&B kind of stuff. I love making that kind of music. People don't get to hear it much from me, because I'm I play live acoustic a lot. But I think Twitch is going to be the avenue for me to really lean into that, and probably also and hopefully meet other musicians to collaborate with.
Yeah.
And to, like, I love doing vocals for producers. I just did a vocals for this legend. He's from the UK, but he's Canada based, a DJ, Matt the Alien. And I love doing vocals on producers' tracks and stuff like that. Like, I can see opportunities arising here. I mean, it already has. Look at us right now.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, you know, that I approached Twitch with the same way. I've got all these notebooks around me where I've like made plans for themes and all of this stuff. And I feel like probably you're going to find that a little bit easier than I did. I had so much, my brain was just like, I had to learn all the technology first, and I'm only just at the point where I'm going in to record on the door. Like literally yesterday was my first stream where I'm actually recording into my door, and actually we're going to do a complete sound overhaul. I think I'm going to take the day off tomorrow, and we're going to change it around a bit more so that because it's to do with I won't bore you, but the 48 and the 44. Like this machine is in 44, that's in 48. So to wire it around just the correct way, blah, 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 and make it so you can still see it on it's all of this stuff. So luckily my other half is tech savvy as well. So it's like we can help each other. Because before when he used to say it to me, I would just be like, it's gone over my head. But it's so exciting and it's so motivating working on here. And like Joey just said, the personal spin every artist puts on Twitch, it's been life-changing for me because I was like you in the fact that I got Twitch, I think in like 2016 or something, wasn't it, babe? It was like 2017 or something when your friend went on there and started streaming. And he said to me, you need to get this. Because at that point there, I was just doing some streams on Facebook. I wasn't really doing anything other than live streams on Facebook every now and again. Nothing like this at all. Just me and acoustic guitar, like you said, like you've got. And it's really different when you've got this.
Yeah.
You know, I'd never sat and done this before, so I didn't even realize that I could produce. And I come onto Twitch and I started getting introduced when I would go into other streams and they'd be like, Claire is a multi-instrumentalist, producer, la 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 la, and I was like, are they talking about me? Are they for fucking real? Like I was just me and an acoustic guitar before Twitch. So this has been like literally, it's been like a transformation that I've been going through, and it's just such an amazing community. And even though I've had like a slow journey with it, because I think if you some people can hit Twitch and they're very much kind of very established already, and everyone's kind of at their own level, different levels. Like I'm established in some ways, in other ways I wasn't. I'm good at doing this, I've got a bag of songs already, like I don't have to start writing songs. Whereas you see some artists are like, oh, they're a really good singer and they play covers, and then they're going to start with their songwriting journey. So kind of everyone's at this different point with what they've got to do, and it's just a really encouraging place, you know. It really is. I'm really happy to do these collaboration streams again. Like I said, I did a couple at the beginning, and then I just felt like this is running before I can walk. It was just so nerve-wracking. Do you know what I mean? With the technology at this point, there was no this wasn't integrated, so you had to use Zoom, and if someone else had like a phone or whatever their setup is, you've got to deal with that as well. Whereas now I feel like, okay, we can do it. Hey, Mr. Kane. Isn't it? It is such a lovely place to be. So we're really happy that you're here, and now we can help build each other's communities, each other's streams. Will you play us one more song? I feel like we could talk for much longer, but I feel like I might actually, what I might do is get you to play one more song, and then what we'll do is maybe we'll open up to the chat and ask chat to maybe give questions. To give some questions in. So
sure.
What song are you going to play us next?
Trying to think what I should play next. Well, why don't I play the most recent song that just came out on February 27th? It's called The Fool.
Perfect.
This is the last track on the EP. It's out everywhere. Definitely, if anyone uses Spotify, it does help a lot if you follow me there and stream there. Unfortunately, those numbers count a lot these days, so I appreciate any traffic there. sometimes it's easier to lie awake in bed when you get a phone call. It's the only time you lift your head. You hope it's him, you hope it's them to quell all of your doubts. But look at you, now you're the fool for waiting round in the house. 'Cause you're a fool maker, fool baker. All you do is feel like a fool. And when the time comes to make a clean run, you all of a sudden lose your cool. 'Cause you're a fool maker, fool baker. All you do is feel like a fool. And when the time comes to make a clean run, you all of a sudden lose your cool. Well, don't wait for the next time. Better get a head start right now. 'Cause you're almost at the finish line. So leave behind your doubt. You gotta know just when to go. It's easier to stay. And when you live your life inside your head, it's messier that way. Gotta believe just like the trees that the rain and sun will come. 'Cause if you hide and stay inside, your bloom might never bloom. If you hide and stay inside, your bloom might never bloom. But don't wait for the next time. Better get a head start right now. 'Cause you're almost at the finish line. So leave behind your doubts. Don't wait for the next time. Better get a head start right now. 'Cause you're almost at the finish line. So leave behind your doubts. Leave behind your doubts. Ooh, yeah. Leave behind your doubts. Ooh, leave behind your doubts.
Oh, I love that run at the end. That was so nice. That was that's a really fun song. I love that. That's a bop, isn't it? You just like you find yourself swaying.
It was really about anxiety, actually. That one, it's on the EP, but it was the most unrelated to the rest of the theme because I wrote it years ago. But I figured it fit because a lot of the storytelling on the EP is about not just working in the service industry, but just like being a woman, a young woman in the modern world, and the frustrations that come with that, and a lot of the headaches and anxiety that comes with just trying to exist and fit in, and that was really a note to self song. I like to say that about certain songs I feel are really note to self to the artist, where you're like, I'm really trying to tell myself this.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes you might not notice till after, then you're like, oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, actually Feist said that about one of her songs last night, and I was like, right on, where she realized 10 years later that a song she wrote was really to herself.
Mm-hmm. Like you said before, like it's intuition. And it's coming and speaking, and it depends on if we hear it or not. So
Totally.
I want to open it up to chat. I just wanted to ask you one more question about your. So you're now on Twitch, and what kind of schedule are you going to have? Like you said, you're going to be doing different themes and stuff. So what is your kind of loose plan for this year?
Yeah, so as soon as I get back out west, which is going to be in a few days, so I'll be back out west next week. I am going to set up my studio. I haven't been out west since December, so I'm going back and basically going to start from scratch building a cool setup. And I'll probably stream at least 3 days a week. I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I do work for myself, so I
Nice.
have the ability to make my own schedule. And I would like to, as you mentioned about being able to feed your family and everything from Twitch, like I really want to. I can really see the potential to sustain myself partially by Twitch. Like, if I put the time and effort in, which it's already paying off, not just literally, but it's already like the hard work is paying off even as a new streamer. So I would like to do regular streams at least 3 times a week. In terms of the days, I'm thinking probably, although I'll let you guys know this changes, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of thing.
We're giving a shout out to Ness in the chat. Just make sure you click that button at the top so you can follow Ness on Twitch, by the way, guys. And also there's been links as well to obviously to Spotify and everywhere else. One of the things that really helps is if you add to a Spotify playlist. That really helps the artist as well, doesn't it?
It does.
So you're thinking, what did you say, Monday, Tuesday?
I'm thinking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Nice.
I've been doing out Eastern Standard Time. I've been doing 4 p.m., which is about 9 p.m. UK time.
That's pretty good.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So that's something that I can easily stick to. The other thing I should mention, and you guys might be able to help me with this, is I'm trying to plan a tour for the next few months across the country. My ultimate goal is a UK tour. That is, I know it will happen eventually. I've been meeting a lot of folks from the UK and making fans from the UK. I love it out there. I don't know if that'll be 2025, but keep your ears peeled or eyes peeled for if you guys know any venues or have recommendations. It's all about human connection. So I'm trying to build a tour from Western Canada to the East. There are a couple places I don't have as many connections in, which is Saskatchewan and Manitoba. So help me fill up the tour with your favorite locations from the coast to the other coast. And I can't wait to, it'll be a solo tour. I just saw a question in the chat about, do I have full band? I do have a full band out west. They'll be playing with me at my release show, but for the tour financially, mainly, it's really hard to survive as a band on tour, even if you're famous. So I'm going to be doing solo. It's also just logistically way easier. And I also still love it. So those are some future plans.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I love your future plan for a tour in England. And like Joey was saying, like I'm streaming from my front room at the moment, but I'm setting up a studio room, which I would say, like, if you come over and you wanted to stream, you could. I'm hoping to kind of like have that kind of a setup in there where someone else could, who's a streamer, could come and stop by. I'm even thinking in the future of like putting a little bed in there for this exact reason, because it's actually really kind of a unique, not unique as in loads of people do it, but it still is, a unique thing that we do,
right?
That not many people could kind of, that if another streamer comes, they can drive the ship kind of thing and be like, yes, let's do this.
Yeah.
And it'll be really fun to do some collaboration streams like that. And I'm also putting together, I'm compiling sort of a list of festivals and whatnot at the moment. I'm doing a lot of research at the moment because I'm making my EPK, you know. I'm designing that at the moment.
Yes.
And I wanted to apply for festivals this year, and I have sort of a little bit, but not anywhere near. You need to get in there so early with these things. And
Yep.
I'm still feel like I'm still building after the pandemic. It's been such a challenge. Oh, you just saw the first one out in Spain the other day. That's pretty cool. Does anyone in chat have any questions that you would like to ask to Ness, or you can ask to me? Have you got any questions about, you know, streaming or music or the songs?
Winnipeg is the last place musicians go. That's funny. I'm sorry, I just have to say, Winnipeg has a great art scene. I can't wait to play there. I'm working on it. I'll just say that, Swatters.
Yes, Swatters. Don't start, okay? Because she does boxing.
Do you live there?
Yes, Swatters was
And
saying
also,
earlier. Go on.
he does? He lives in Manitoba?
Well, first of all,
Or
Swatters.
she?
Yeah. You say Swatters earlier that you live somewhere that you was asking if Ness used to work at Roxy or something? Did I see? Is that the venue that she was talking about?
No, I don't work at the Roxy, or I didn't work at the Roxy. It was called the Lieber Room. It was on Commercial Drive, but it's closed now. Also, Lindsay, Scotland. Yes, love Scotland. I spent quite a bit of time there a few years ago working in the Fringe Festival, which is madness. But I would love to go to Glasgow. Okay, so London, Glasgow, these are places I know I want to go. Belfast, I was just in Northern Ireland, loved it. Probably in the Republic too. And I'd love to do like Liverpool, Manchester. I know you're in Kent, right?
Right. So that's quite near London.
Like,
it's an hour
yeah.
from London. There's a couple of venues here. There's a Tunbridge Wells Forum. There's something called there's one I think called I feel like it's called the Winter Garden or something. There's something in Margate. There's a couple of quite good venues here. But we are really close to London. We're like 45-minute sort of train journey into London, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like exactly like Lindsay's offering you a bed there, and I'm basically offering the same thing. You know,
That's
it's like
amazing.
if you come over.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we know how hard it's going to be, and like for me, I'm in a position where I'm like, you know, I'm a mum with 2 kids, so I'm not about to go sofa surfing at this point. So
Right,
I'm kind
yeah,
of having
exactly.
to build my career in a different way. That's why I'm so excited about Twitch, because we can build up a following in this way, and then hopefully go and play some festivals. But I can't do the grueling across the country sofa surfing thing, because it just doesn't. A friend of mine is doing that at the moment. He's touring in that way, and he gave me some really good advice about it all the other day. And what he said really made me feel like Twitch is so legitimate a way, or just live streaming in general, and multi-streaming. Now we're allowed to multi-stream as well. I feel like we've got a bright future in that way, because, you know, we've got the songs and everything else to already kind of like, you've already done all the work on the music side, the voice, everything's kind of set up and running. Take care, Salty Mama. See you soon, hopefully, Emma.
Bye. So nice to meet you too.
Yeah. And I hope everyone's done the following and stuff like that. So I think that we've come to the end of our conversation. Well, we haven't really. We could carry on, but streaming it, the camera thing does get tiring after a while. So I'm aware of, like, you've got the rest of your day to go yet, because you're in the morning. So does anyone have any more questions at all? Like, Swatters, did you have any other questions? How are you doing?
Yeah, go for it. I've got time.
Yeah, let us know if you've got any questions, and let's have a little sip of some drink.
I think I saw.
There was some questions back there, but some of them are silly. Like, how many lipsticks do you have in your bag? Just because I did a bag, what's in my handbag reveal. Just
two,
one. I had
think.
like 5 in mine. It was kind of embarrassing because I'm quite tomboyish as well. So it's weird. So why have I got 5 lipsticks in my bag? But should we get Ness to do a bag reveal then? Or something weird like that? Not really.
Ooh.
Don't reveal what's in the side pocket.
Fun.
Could be fun. Looks like nobody's got chat. Nobody in the chat has got questions. So, and the thing is that I was going to play some of your songs via the
Oh,
Spotify
right.
thing, but I can't make, I've got that broken as well at the moment. And again, seems like it's me, but honestly, guys, it's not me. I promise you, it's not me. I even got my son to look at it where the Spotify's not connecting, and it's true, it's not.
Uh,
Oh, this is good, Joey. This
was
is a good question.
mm-hmm. Um, I saw. I think your husband is Digital Dragon, right?
That's it, yeah.
He was mentioning festivals. So, the rave scene out in Western Canada is wild. I think someone else mentioned that too. Salty Man, you're from the Okanagan. It's like nothing I've ever seen, and it's so funny because there's a lot of people from the UK out west, and they're like, "Oh, mate, that's like a Monday night for us." And but for Canadians, like the West racing is incredible. I mean, the festivals, Base Coast and Shambhala, really are worth the hype. Especially Base Coast is just like amazing community. One of my dreams is to do a live vocal set with a producer with a DJ. So that's not the stuff you heard today, but these are just some of my goals. One is to do at a festival, electronic festival, vocal set with a producer for sure, like outfit, like vibe, just like really cool experience. I've pictured that for years now. Like I really want that. And then also just playing festivals period. Like I applied to a lot this year, and as you say, like maybe I'm still growing and building. I'm not there yet. I think I am in terms of my songwriting and performance. Like I've done,
100%.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you
But
are.
for festival bookers, they still want to see, oh, do they have enough draw? Do they have enough following? Do they have enough numbers?
Which is, it's so frustrating because when you go there, that's what's going to happen. People want to see an artist
Yeah.
live, and then it's this whole thing about. I don't know what you think about this idea, but like what you were talking about earlier when you were growing up and how your brother was playing you music. Like you can remember those moments, and music is supposed to be about these moments. And playing live
Yeah.
at a festival is one of them, and then people have a memory about that. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just like
Mm-hmm.
they're inundated with choice and so much music online that can become a difficult thing to then achieve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. So for me, it's like playing festivals. I know it'll get more specific as time goes on, and I could say like Glastonbury, of course. I could say um, Madison Square Garden. I could say Massey Hall, and it's like, yeah, those are huge venues, and that would be rad. But really, right now, I just want to play to like big crowds at festivals, and if that's in Canada or in the UK or in the States, like I just care about being able to reach more people
Right.
live. So, and it's a snowball effect, right? Once a festival takes you, you're likely to start getting into more. And so I think it's really like it's going to happen, and once that happens, I'll be delighted to be like, okay, let's let's do this thing. I'd love to bring the band with me. It's really fun playing with a band. I really only started doing that this year. Like I've usually been a vocalist in bands or solo, and so putting together a band, it's a whole other ball of wax of stress. It's not too stressful, but I think just this pressure of like, oh my god, I have to tell everybody what to do, when to play, what the key
Oh,
is.
it's a whole
When you're
another
used to
job.
being solo,
Yeah.
and I'm not trained.
As a band
I know we
leader.
talked about like past, but like I'm not trained in music at all. I'm trained in theater.
Right.
All my music stuff self-taught. So like I don't know what key I'm in. I don't
Okay.
know what
Yeah.
chord.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no, I know chords to a degree, but I'm
Uh-huh.
not like a theory person. I
Right,
don't
right,
play scales.
right.
So for the session musician that comes in, or the bandmate that you may have that's really nerdy and knows everything and is awesome, and they're like, "Oh, let's just change the key and then do B minor instead of E flat or whatever." And I'm like, "Ah." So I don't know why I went on that tangent, but just like
It's a hard job. It's like it's running a band is a whole another job, and like what people have been
yeah,
saying that to me lately. Like, are you gonna, because I've run a band for quite a while before the pandemic. I had like a 3-piece band. My husband is a drummer. He plays cajon, so
cool.
there was the both of us, and then a bass player, and then sometimes a guitarist. But even that, again, I didn't have the confidence that I have now. Now to run a band would be different for me because I've spent time in the music, writing bass lines, playing synth parts, like doing different things. I'd be a little bit more confident. Whereas even if I can't sort of say it in musical theory way, even if it's just like the arrangement of the song or something, but it still is a whole another job, and it's quite tiring being a band leader. A lot of artists actually have like a
Yeah.
different musical director, like the keyboard will be the one that's doing that, and then the artist
Yes.
obviously just talks to them, and then they implement all the changes and sort of do it, because it's very hard. It's very hard being a leader, and getting people. I've had this happen at things like where people get up and play with you spontaneously, and then they're basically having a trumpet solo and a saxophone solo over the top of each other, like children. And I'll have to be like, wait, wait. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm already doing my own job of like trying to play guitar and sing. So then it's like you're switching into like almost like a teacher mode or something. And it's like they're full grown people. Like, why can't they not hear they're soloing over each other? So these kind of things. Let me just go back to the
Yeah.
chat and see, what did you say? If you go to
I
a
see a couple
festival,
things.
you want it to be filled with bands you haven't seen on TV 3 million times. The genre is for kids. This audience can adapt and appreciate anything an artist throws at them. You need to talk to Fugshells. Fugshells is an awesome streamer on Twitch if you haven't. And
I'll check
she's
her
in
out.
Canada. That's actually really good points for us. She's a Canadian streamer. She's one of the first ones that we watched on here. We absolutely love her. She's
I'll
a
check her out.
DJ, and she does freestyle rap as well. She does different kinds of streams, but she's playing all the festivals. She's amazing. So she'd be a really good contact for you. Have you any ambition to become nerdier musically? I personally do. I'm definitely planning to nerd out. I don't know about you, Ness, but I definitely do.
Yeah, I want to. I saw a John Mayer video the other day, and it really stuck with me. And he said, if you really like something, he plays a chord progression. He's like, you can play stuff and have no idea basically what it is. It just sounds good. But he's like, I encourage you to find out what you love about that so much and go all the way in. So
Mm,
why does this chord progression sound good together? Dig in and I guess understand the theory behind, you know,
mm,
why that works because there's a science to it all, right? And I so respect that, and I get a little anxiety around musicians that really know that because I feel imposter syndrome of like
mm,
I don't know fucking any of that. But
mm,
I had a mentor years ago that said, Vanessa, and this is for anyone listening that is like this, is like he's like, Vanessa, you can teach theory, but what you do you cannot teach.
right,
It's like that there's the element you can always learn more,
right.
but you can't. It's hard to learn intuition and like a certain level of artistry. It's just like kind of there or it's not,
Yeah,
or it's available or it's not. And
right,
so like don't stress about being like the perfect student kind of thing. Like just
right.
make your art, and if you want to learn more about what you're doing, definitely, because you'll be better for it. But don't be like anxious that you're not an
Mm.
aficionado.
Plus, it's always, again, like we were saying earlier, it's always a journey. So
Yeah.
it's always going to be a journey, and you're always going to, like, I didn't really want to learn drums, for example, whereas now I'm like, I'm learning drums, and that's going to inform the rest of my playing, you know. Um,
Yeah.
and with the songwriting as well, there's just always so much to learn, like, um, by listening to other songs and the arrangements of songs. Like, different things can inspire, a song, like, for example, like a song like At Last, like Etta James, for example. And I don't remember, but it has a name, the sort of shape of the song, because it doesn't have a chorus as such, does it? It just has these verses with At Last is like the hook, And then you go, I found a dream that I can cling to. And that's like a bridge almost, or something, like a middle eight, or a B section. You can just say it's got an A and a B section. It's not, it's not verse, chorus, middle eight. And so I find even that quite inspiring, of like, oh, how do we just like, how do we write a song in that kind of shape? How do we take that approach where we just have a hook that's at the end of a verse? So there's like this endless, it's endless. It really is endless. And I think doing the work that I've done the last 3 years, constantly mining and going into like what I would just call the ocean of music, it's just totally endless. So I feel like really different now. I feel like, God, there's just like, there's no worry about like writer's block or something like this, because there's so much there, you know, that we can always learn and grow. It's a mind state. And I don't feel that feeling anymore at the moment anyway, of being worried about the things that I don't know in terms of musical theory. If someone wanted to make me feel like less than because of it, they can get out of my space as well. That's how I feel. Get a fist out again.
Totally.
What did you say? What? You know, it's just like, leave us alone. You know what I mean? We're just like, we're trying to do this thing, and it's not easy to do it. It takes a lot of programming in a certain way, and deprogramming as well from how the world is and everything. Like, to be an artist is a different way, and it's like what you were saying before about like what your mentor said to you, having this level of like intuition and talent, and the kind of musical upbringing that you've had that's kind of in your character because you've been around it. That's a different thing, that not everybody gets afforded that. I feel like everybody has the potential to be creative. Every human being. I really believe that.
I agree.
And I feel like
Me too.
You know, you said earlier that, you know, this, and I'm really thinking about this a lot at the moment, this idea that, you know, not to get shut into a box, and don't shut yourself into a box, because there's so many different ways to create, and we can do them all. We can do it. We might not be you might not be as good at painting as you are at singing, for example, because of the amount of time. It all depends on the amount of time that you do, you know, that you spend on something, doesn't it? Have you gotten in an actual fight at a gig? Have you ever got in a fight?
No. I'm a lover, not a fighter. No, but the thing is, well, this is like a anecdote or whatever, a side note, but before the pandemic, I was literally about to fight. Like, I was training for this awesome fundraiser called Beer Wars, because I worked at a brewery. That was the last service job I had.
Okay.
I worked at a brewery they made me assistant manager, which I was not ready for. I didn't want, I'll say this, it's not all it's cracked up to be any type of manager.
No,
it's more
right.
responsibility and more work and less pay. But anyway, they had this thing in Vancouver every year to raise money for the downtown east side, which is a part of Vancouver that needs a lot of help. And so they have all these people from all these breweries around the city. There's a ton of breweries. Train for 3 months professionally in a gym, boxing gym, Eastside Boxing, shout out. And then you fight for real. And people break their nose. Like, this is not like a little like, we're just raising money. No. Serious fighting. And it was the hardest physical work I've ever done.
Right.
It was incredible. It's like, talk about I know it's like different. It's sports and music, but everything's tied together. And what you learn from doing something hard physically, you can totally apply to music too. But I will say as well, and my partner keeps saying, he's like, you should go back to boxing, because physically, as a performer, you need to be connected to your body.
Right.
And boxing is amazing for that, because it's powerful. It's you have to be, or else you're going to get your ass kicked. But for women especially, I mean, it's just like, you feel like such a badass at the end of every class.
Yeah.
But I am a lover, not a fighter. I think fighting is stupid. I think I think that it's the most male-driven means to an end to like kill people to get your way or fight people to get your way. But I think in terms of a workout, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And having that 1-2 in your back pocket as a woman for self defense, hell yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. I've done some kickboxing in the past, and I've done boxing. I've got boxing gloves and pads at home, for example.
Yeah.
And I go mental. But like my husband is like 6 foot, and I'm like only like 5'2", 5'2.5".
Ah,
And so it's not the greatest match in terms of sparring. Like I
yes.
definitely don't want to
Yeah.
hold up the gloves when he goes to punch. I've done that a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah,
times,
yeah.
and it's not fun at all.
No.
It's just like really scary. But I can like, but I just feel really funny when I do it. Um, my disabled
Oh,
arse is physically fit for my beds. What can you do? What can you do, King Cobra? What can you do? Sounds like your partner really dug you as a boxer, yeah? Joey wants to know if your partner really liked you as a boxer.
yes. Oh yeah. Well, I'm a big gal. I'm 5'10",
Okay.
and my family is all tall. We're all like tall and lanky,
That's
but
cool then for
athletic.
boxing. Yeah.
So another place I worked at, this really cool cocktail bar that is also closed. Um, we had a lot of boxers come in because it was around the corner from that a couple of boxing gyms. So we get all these boxers coming in and drinking, like hipster boxers, I'll say. And I was just doing something, and someone was like, "Holy shit, can you put your arms out?" And I put my arms out, and they were like, "Your reach is insane. I have really long arms." And so they were like, "You should definitely do this." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then years later, did and was like, "Oh, this is pretty rad." And my partner's 6'2", so we're a pretty good height for
Right.
sparring.
Yeah.
And he bought the headgear and everything.
Oh,
He's an
nice.
athlete professionally, and he bought a
Ah.
head, not a boxer, a hockey player, but he bought the headgear so that I could actually
Nice.
like
Punch him in the head.
seriously.
That's love right there. That is
It's
love.
but I'll say it's not, you can't really train. It's your partner. It's
Yeah.
like you don't want to hurt them. It's a little
No.
bit wary. But in class, I mean, right before, so I'll just end the story of that. Like the next week we were about to start sparring for the first time, meaning
Okay.
really starting to get to know what it feels like to really be cracked in the jaw without
Oh.
a head
Oh.
thing. I got my first crack, and I was so excited and scared, and the adrenaline is insane. Um, and the coach watches everybody, even though there's a ton of us. He knows who got hit today. So he was like, "Okay, Vanessa, you're gonna be out tomorrow." And I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm just getting going." He's like, "No, no, no. You need to, if you've been hit, basically, you need to take a break, come back to it later, because they don't want you to really get hurt. We're not
Right.
professionals, right?
Right.
You will get hurt, but they don't want you to like really injure yourself." Um, and then literally right before St. Patty's Day, so it was March, whatever, the whole world shut down. And
Oh.
so it canceled everything. We also had raised all this money too,
Oh.
because all these people were all raising money, and it was going to be this big event for the whole city, the whole province. And so everybody comes and watches these fights. But it got cut short, and part of me's like, was it a blessing in disguise? Because imagine if I broke my nose or something and couldn't
Oh.
sing, or I don't know.
Right. Oh yeah, it probably was. It probably was. You're probably a blessing in disguise. Probably got saved.
Yes. So
But then it stopped you
maybe,
doing it, basically. You're saying you never really did it, picked it up again, but you actually loved a lot of things about it.
yes. And I think doing physical sport is an amazing outlet. And as an artist, I every time I get back into, I do a lot of long distance running as well. Um, I realize like it's a circle. Like everything connects. If you're physically well, you're mentally well. If you're mentally well, your art, you suffer less in your art. Although you could also argue that suffering makes the best art, and I do think that generally that's true.
Well, it can come from that, but I have a,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that, and I agree with everything you just said there. And I've been spending the last few years trying to really hone and figure out schedule seems such a boring word for what it actually is, but my schedule
Yeah.
to sort of fit like all of that in as an artist, really, to culminating in this year, like going, right, I'm putting the artist in me first, in work, in everything like to do with work, it has to come first. And how do we do that? You know, how do we do that when, again, it's not necessarily my main income, you know, literally being an artist. But so that's the kind of like the bridge we're trying to think, but the bridge we're trying to gap, that doesn't make sense.
Gap we're trying to bridge.
That's it. Thank you. See, my brain is starting to discombobulate. But like with the exercise, that's what I'm trying to get involved in. And just, I think you're right. It all feeds into each other. And and the other thing I noticed as well when I was performing the other day, I'm not that fit at the moment. I would say I'm quite healthy. I don't really get ill that much. My immune system is good. I do eat pretty well for the most part, but health wise, I don't really do anything that's like pushing me, like physically. And I think that like with box, anything that's kind of challenging you and it's hard, everything becomes easy after that. And we know that through singing that we've done, through whatever we've done that's challenging, you feel better afterwards. So it needs to be physically actually challenging, the thing that you need. So that's what I want to bring in, and I'm not really sure yet what that is, but I need to cough, so I'm just going to turn down.
Yes, beverages. Someone asked earlier about San Francisco, TwitchCon or something. I don't know anything about that, but next time you guys can fill me in.
I've never been to TwitchCon, but they have a massive convention every year. I don't know if they have just one, or I think they might do one in America and one in Europe. So I think that it's possible that this one is in Amsterdam again. I can't actually remember. I can't afford to go, so I'm not going anyway this year.
No.
I'm not sure at what point I'll get to the point where I'll be able to afford to go, but it'll be nice to do.
Maybe you'll be invited.
Maybe I'll be invited. You never know. If I'm a really good girl and I do well,
that's right.
It could happen. But I don't know, because I feel like I've heard stories about like other streamers that are quite big and they still didn't get an opportunity to play. So they did play anyway. They like took their setup and played remotely in one of the places. I've heard a little rumor about that, and I think that's quite funny. Because I guess, again, with all things, there's gatekeepers and whatnot. I'm not accusing that of Twitch because I have no idea. But of course, there's gatekeeping everywhere, isn't there? So these things can be challenging. You know, there's a lot of us on here. There are a heck of a lot of us on here, you know. And for the most part, you know, we don't really think about it in terms of competition, because we're thinking in terms of collaboration, and you rise by lifting others. And that's the truth, you know. So we don't need to think about it in that way. We need to be a collective, you know, and help each other and rise together, basically. And that's a kind of culture that I think is over here. I do think that community, that culture exists within Twitch. I think that everybody's very much like that. It's not cutthroat as you know, some places can be a bit cutthroat like that. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. Ari stormed the floor with his remote setup. I wish that I'd seen that. I really wish that I'd seen that. He's so good. Ari at home. He's another one
I'll check him out
to check out as well. He does looping. Is insane. I mean, his talent is insane. Like, he does freestyle. He does like R&B, like much more modern sounding R&B sort of sound, which is stuff that I don't really listen to actually that much, but I've heard things since that I'm like, oh, okay, that's the kind of thing that he's actually making, and it sounds so much like that genre. But he is incredible what he does. I don't know what keyboard he's using, some keyboard, but he's got this rig where he puts it over his shoulders, over his front, and like he has it out the front like this in a square. And he's got like the looper, this RC505, and another keyboard and stuff, but he's literally carrying it around like a backpack with a camera on the front and a light, and he's roaming around the streets, busking essentially and live streaming it to thousands of people. Like literally has 1,000 people watching him. So I'm hoping he's already doing really well, but I wish that he would really blow up, because he deserves it. He's great. He's amazing, isn't he? Him and Mark Rebier, and there's another freestyle artist called Harry Mack, who does freestyle rapping. I also love. He also streams on Twitch sometimes, not as often now, but he's also really good. What are your favorite streamers that you found so far over here?
Well, you of course.
Yay!
And let me just go through my list here. Sally Wallach.
Okay.
She's one of the first streamers that I saw when I first signed up for Twitch years ago, and so now we're Twitch friends.
I've not heard her. That's cool.
Yes, and how do I look at all my people that I follow? Maddie, which is Follow the Scarecrow, I think.
I've not
Is
heard of
his
them as well,
name?
because it might be interesting because of different time zones as well, what we
Yeah, that's true.
end up seeing.
There's a bunch of people. I guess, yeah, maybe it's the algorithm that Twitch, or the location that Twitch shows you more people in your area. But I've seen so many people from BC on here that I can't believe. I'm like, wow. Like from my part of Canada.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool then, because that means you could end up doing some collaboration streams, right?
Yeah, like a bunch. And they're all women who are singer-songwriters from BC.
Oh,
And some of them are
nice.
DJs.
Oh, sweet.
I'm just seeing here. There's Joe Plays Violin,
Oh, yeah,
Rachel
she's
Lou
great.
Music, Sashi Boom. But I will say, like, I've jumped into so many streams that I have to, like, these are all new friends.
Yes.
Also, there's a channel that was great called Something Biscuits. It's two guys
All right.
from the States, from Georgia. What are they called? Risky Biscuits. They're a
I don't know
band.
them.
They
Oh,
were a
that
lot
sounds
of
cool.
fun.
Sashi is a legend.
They're I went into their stream, and talk about community, like 20 people. I went into their stream and was like, "Hey, I'm Ness. Just someone told me to come in here. I just finished my stream," and like 20 of people followed me just from
That's
saying
awesome.
what up.
That's amazing. That's a
And
good return, isn't it?
well, it's just like, I was like, wow, it's so much less shitty here, to
Yeah.
put it bluntly,
Yeah.
than like Instagram, like, which again, Instagram, follow me on Instagram, guys. But like, that's another thing people look at as an artist that needs to fund their life somehow through grants, through whatever,
Right.
festivals. They look at Spotify and they look at Instagram, and it just feels like this disgusting, like, claw for followers. But here on Twitch, people are happy to support you. Like, it's not like this, like, bleeding from a stone, you know?
Yeah. That's it.
So I've noticed that here, that everyone's like, oh, you need help? We'll help you. On Instagram, it's like,
I
you're on
actually
your
don't
own.
really feel. Is my camera still? I think my stream is freaking out a little bit.
You are frozen on my end.
Yeah, mine's frozen too. And I can't actually. All the buttons on OBS are freezing, and